The red eyes in chat. The red eyes in chat.
The red eyes? Oh yeah. In honor of you. Hello everyone! Hi!
There's just
Okay,
so the
let's
red
do-
eyes. I love it.
It was supposed to be a meme, but we're keeping it.
Yeah,
I love it. It's so
And
good.
that is who Tavish is now. Whenever she talks, that's just who he is.
Oh, sorry.
The birdie agrees.
Sorry.
The birdie agrees.
Sorry, he's doing
worries.
evening calls. Sorry, you're gonna hear
Oh,
my
it's
bird.
okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're good. You're Gucci. Okay, everyone, we're gonna do a sound check. We're gonna do a little sound check. So, say some random sentences or whatever. Starting with Froggy. So let me, and then Momo, and then Tabish, and then you guys chat. Let me know if they're too loud or too low.
Okay. Burber bing but bettis. But bass bing boop bump and burber bing burber. Bis bumpity belses but bungus. But bass bis birds bout. Bad bitey but boo bet.
Nani?
Those were words, I think, by Froggy.
Narbobazo. Zalabo Weeba.
So level.
Scabadoo.
Man, how can I do a random phrase after that?
Yeah, that's a toughie.
And
You can have
That's
it.
a toughie.
You can have it. You can have my number 15. Take it. It's yours.
thank you.
You're welcome.
You can keep it, sweetheart. Don't worry.
I feel like from the laughing, my face is redder than my eyes in the PNG.
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
Amazing.
The stream ending. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Huh? What? I'm sorry, who's the host here? I say when you can leave. You're here forever. I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you down.
I got rickrolled.
Yeah, you did.
No! Okay. I guess I will have to stay. Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're trapped in here now.
Okay. So chat says audio is good. That's good. Okay. So hello everyone. Welcome.
I didn't introduce myself.
I'm gonna introduce on. I didn't. Shut up. Wrong answer. Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about commission etiquette. But first, let's introduce everyone with all their works and all their stuff and things. Let's start off with Tavish.
Hello, I'm Tavish, or Thomas, depending on which page you're reading. And I do concept art. I've worked on Raised by Wolves. I've worked on several other things I can't talk about because of contracts. And with any luck, I might be working on a really cool project coming up soon. So stay tuned.
He has a Instagram and an art station. That Instagram being Thomas_Aguero2.
That I haven't updated in a long time because everything is NDA.
But all the stuff that is on it is beautiful.
I know. I really love. And this is my favorite in your portfolio. All of these.
Your costuming?
So cool.
There's actually a funny story behind this. I lost the
What is
file, and all I had left was that little thumbnail in Photoshop. So I redid it all in like 2 hours.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, you crazy!
Another favorite of mine. This little. Oh, look at this.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. That is such a sick outfit.
Ooga booga!
I don't see any mistakes that I want to fix.
Your shit is so good.
Cool, man! Wow! Give me your hands. Give me. Now.
Take off your
I
hands.
think-
Take them off. Give us your hands.
Yes.
You hand them over.
I think my favorite thumbnails are actually in the Desert Elf one, though.
The Desert Elf. Which one is that?
It's on the other page.
This page.
And
So I just show everything.
Yeah.
Scroll through no.
Let's
This is a Tavish stream now. This is all about Tavish.
this is the stream now.
Whoa.
Let's just look through Tavish's art.
Yes.
Oh.
Amazing. Oh, check this.
Oh my god, look at that!
Look at all those outfits. Give me.
Oh my
Whoa.
god!
Ah.
Oh my
man.
god!
Oh man, it's so good. What the fuck?
Oh,
Man, what am I doing here? Bye.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Oh, that was the sofa.
It's so
Scroll,
good.
scroll, scroll. Ah.
You can
This is
do
my
animals
boy.
so well too! You do people, you do
Yeah.
animals, you do clothes, you do everything.
What can't you do?
I can't have a proper sleep schedule, and I can't feel guilty, or I can't not feel guilty
I
about
can't feel guilty.
random things for absolutely no reason.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Next up, we
Nice.
have Momo! Half angel / demon, freelance artist, and VTuber Momo.
Hello, I'm Momotexx, and I do art, and I'm a streamer, and that's it.
Feel free to follow. Oh, yeah.
No, that's it. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I have to say something.
I don't know, whatever you want to say. I mean,
I
That's
like.
it. Even though it takes up my entire life, and I only get maybe half a day off a week.
Let's go.
I think Momo might have started the gender bending trend
Yes.
that you've seen.
oh yeah, the
Momo who started
momification.
That was
Momification.
Actually, yes.
Momification. Yeah.
We do. We on my channel we don't call it gender bends. We call it momifications, and they are Gucci. Cause
It sounds
you
like
know-
mummification.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a strange mental image now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whoa!
Oh no, it's making you log in. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I do art. I do more anime style art. I like drawing VTubers. That's what I'm doing right now. But what I most enjoy drawing is males with huge titties. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Eh.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed my content.
Nice. Next up,
When's part 2?
That's the best part.
10 years later, second season. Finally.
next up, we have Froggy at FroggyLoch.
Hi.
Oh, take it away.
Hi. So I'm Froggy. I used to be a flesh tuber actually, but then I fell in love with VTubing. I have a background working in animation. I've worked in many different roles in the production pipeline, but I'm obsessed with moving pictures, so I'm kind of obsessed with VTubers, and I think that VTubing is super cool and badass, and I love live 2D. I have an addiction to rigging. I have an addiction to model making. I'm freelance now, so that's actually what I do. Yeah, that's what I do. I make my living making other people's VTuber models and updating pre-existing VTuber models and making paintings, and I love it.
Isn't that what we're here to talk about, though?
Perfect.
Spoiling it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was like a visual novel. I thought it was a TED Talk.
Shut up,
Okay.
movie cowboy! Shut up, movie cowboy! I see you in the chat. Shut up! Shut up! He's like, she only draws 2 lines. I've drawn at least 3. Guys, don't make me look bad.
It's
TED
2.5. 2.5.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, it's so good.
Okay,
Art-
so yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say, aren't all art streams just chatting streams disguised as art streams?
Oh, I remember actually. I
Kinda,
I
yes.
remember tuning into your stream once, and you're like a live 2D. You were working on a live 2D model, and you like had only done a little bit of the fur, and you're like, it's been 4 hours. This is all we did.
I feel attacked.
I get a lot of work done offline. I swear.
Honestly, I feel that. You're not alone.
It's like,
Thank
hey
you.
buddy, we both have freelance to work on. Let's hang out over the weekend and work on it. Starts playing Halo. Starts playing. It's like,
Starts playing
we
Zomboid.
have 2 hours left before it's Monday. I guess we should start working.
It happened to me the other day that I started streaming just to concentrate on a commission, and it was even worse. I didn't do anything. Why? It's like that.
For the potential future artist Twitch streamers, if you want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, you're not killing 2 birds with 1 stone. you're just gonna not do anything.
But what if I get a saw and I cut the stone in half? Does it still count
I
as
feel
1
like
stone?
that's worse.
No, it's smaller, so it gets more velocity, which makes up for the lack in the weight. Right?
No! It's
Aww.
not a boomerang.
When did I say it's coming back?
I don't know. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about commissions, how to interact with clients. Tavish made all these topic lists for me conveniently because he's just a smart boy. And I love him. Thank you so much for doing this. Because I was just gonna wing it, but like usual. But the topics we're gonna be doing today will be covering the basics, how to of accepting commissions, how to communicate effectively as both the client and commissioner, common pricing, and any tips and tricks, as well as a Q&A if time permits. That rhymed. I'm so good.
You're so fucking badass.
Man.
She's
You
gonna
are
be a
the
hit.
intelligent of the group. Let's fucking go. Yeah.
Multi-talented.
It's gonna be a hit, so you better not split. Golf clap.
If we have time to video it, I'll stay later and I'll talk about portfolios as well.
Oh no.
I can also talk about portfolios.
Oh, we also do that too, yeah.
I can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've had to make
we
so
can
many.
talk about what happens when you just work and you don't have a portfolio.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later because that is a thing.
Okay, with that I can work. Yes.
Okay, I'll add that in there. Portfolio. Let me add that in. Portfolio building. And freelance with no portfolio.
Oh, yeah.
Sad.
It's not sad.
Me.
No.
No, it means that I don't know how to organize myself.
That's not what it means. It's not what
It
it
can
means.
it can mean a lot of things. We'll get to it though.
We'll get to it.
And then that happened.
What?
Very professional.
What?
Let's go.
Okay, so let's start with accepting commissions. Who would like to start? So like I
Do you
guess,
guys want me to start?
I have
Yes.
Canadian,
That
I have
would be
Canadian
awesome.
syndrome.
the
Yeah.
Okay.
three anime girls just like
So
this. And
the first step is you need to have some kind of public presence, whether that means posting on Reddit, whether that means posting on Twitter. You need to actually let people see that you do art and that you make art and that you can finish it. Otherwise, there's no point
Yeah.
paying you money to make art.
Step 1, make art.
Yes.
Step 1, show art.
Step 1, do the art.
And
Draw
then
the
show the
thing.
art.
I'm also sorry. I don't know. If I have Canadian syndrome. I'm like, no, you first. No, you first. No, you first. Is it okay if I interject with a thought?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You can interject anytime. Don't worry about it. Yeah, like it sounds really, really simple and kind of obvious, but a lot of people were like, I've been practicing so long, but you never post anything. How would I know you're working so much? How would I know what your skill level's at? So I'm going to say the really obvious thing because sometimes people need to hear it.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And then
It's very
from there,
important yeah, it's very important to have like a social media where you can post your stuff for people to see.
Have
It's
some
very-
sort of presence.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That way you can sell your art too. Like if you reach the people through like with social media and posting your stuff, people will see and they will be interested in what you do. It's the same like it's like creating like context for illustrators because if you have like a social media, you can maybe see other people's art at the same time. They can see your art and maybe they're like, oh, I like what you do. I will follow you, and maybe if I want in the future, I can buy your stuff or like contact you if I want to work with you. It's very very important. Social media is a very very big part, at least for freelance. To like for everyone to be honest, because but for freelance it's very 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 important.
I would say that social media is less important if you're working in like a small industry like TV or entertainment, because
definitely
after you do your first job, everybody knows everybody. And that's kind of why I haven't updated my portfolio, because I haven't needed to, because people just keep recommending me to a job even though I want to sleep or take a break.
Yeah. And then also, if you're just starting out, if people do want to commission you, the easiest way to start accepting commissions is just through DMs. Just interacting with people who ask you about it.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah, and we'll talk about pricing and like how to give people asking prices in a bit. But starting with your DMs is really effective if you're very small. Speaking as someone who, isn't large, but like was significantly smaller before and took commissions. But then as you get larger, you're going to want to look at other options like a business email. And also I found Google Forms is really helpful.
Google Forms.
Google Forms is so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Important too. Please, if you are
look up what an invoice is.
Yeah. And if you are an illustrator and you are starting commissions, have a terms of service. Yes.
Yes.
That's very important for future, just in case. It's good for you to have a terms of service for the client to see, and please make sure that they read it, because that will avoid a lot of problems in the future.
Another thing with that is like, I know art is supposed to be like more freeform or like creative, but vagueness is like the number one enemy of a lot of things when you do art.
The biggest
like with terms of service, you don't want to be vague, because then they might be like, oh, you only gave me 3 sketches? I was expecting 20, but you didn't have it anywhere in your thing. So you're like, are they right or are they wrong? And it's like, no, say that you get this much for this much. And then you know how to time yourself and how much you can expect to do and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Communication is very important. Yes.
Yes. You don't want to have any room for assumptions between you and the client.
Literally, if you're like, oh, this is probably just implied. No. Talk to them like you're talking to a child. Like, write your terms of service like you're talking to a child in business speak, so that nothing is missed. No fine detail is missed. This is not to belittle people or imply they're children, but just like that level of just like blunt, specific. You're like, oh, well, people will probably assume this. No, write it.
Before the payment, what I always do before they pay me is that I clarify what I will be working on. So it's like, okay, and in the end you want this with this and that, right? And if they say, oh, but you forgot this. Oh, I am sorry. Okay, with this, then all of this is gonna end up being this amount of price. Is that okay with you? Yes, and then we proceed with payment. Communication is very, very important.
I know.
It's even better if you can get it in an email or in a DM, because then you can be like, we agreed to this.
Yeah,
definitely, yes.
And also, when you're, I guess I'll just skip to the pricing for like half a second. When you're starting out, maybe you can't charge 50% upfront because you haven't really proven a track record. But as soon as you've done like 2 or 3 commissions, even, like, always demand getting 50% of the price before you start working at all.
For me, I always get... Yeah. I recommend half and half price if the client wants it. But for example, for me, I always prefer that they pay me first. But like all the thing. But if the client tells me, hey, it's possible to do half and half, at least half of the pricing is good to have it first. It's better
Yeah,
to,
like a down
to have-
payment.
It is like a down payment, because what if they just like steal the thumbnail that they give you or that you give them, and then they get another artist to finish it or something like that,
Yeah.
or maybe they just don't want to pay you, and then you'd have to go to court, and that's really just a waste of time.
The worst. Yes, definitely.
I think you're thinking larger scale. I think.
No, I know even like smaller things,
no.
like
Yeah.
1 or 2K, where people are just like, I needed that money. I was investing it in my personal project, and you just stole it.
But if you can go through services like PayPal in order to get protection from them.
The thing with PayPal is that PayPal will almost always be in the place of the client. They will always be more like they will hear more the client than the people that receive the money. So if they didn't pay you, or maybe they pay you and then later on they took it out, PayPal won't help you out.
I've experienced that exactly, and PayPal helped me because
that's good, man.
The issue is, if you're in a situation like that, you need receipts that you have completed the order and they received it, and that you completed the order they paid for exactly, which is why what Momo was saying, where you reiterate, okay, you're getting this specifically, is very important, and having the DMs. But yeah, I've had that happen to me exactly, and PayPal sided with me. I'm
sorry that happened to you.
It's
I've
okay.
never experienced it, but I had a friend that happened to them, and PayPal was like, "Oh, but the client, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Oh, fuck,
oh
PayPal,
my goodness,
come on!"
Yeah, I hear that story more often. I hear that most of the stories I hear with PayPal is that it takes the client side, with like receipts and everything.
Oh my
I
god,
think
it's rare.
I think it's more accurate to say that they default to the client side, but if you can prove it, they will come back to your side.
Yeah.
But the best thing is try to not get there. So try to have the terms of services.
Try to avoid the situation altogether.
Yeah, that's the best. If you can avoid that, let's go. Not have no experience those, because those are a pain in the ass, man.
Yeah.
Scamming can go either way. Like, you know, as a commissioner and as a client, you can get scammed. So be very careful with that.
And it will happen eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can
just be ready for it. I guess.
If you can it sounds kind of creepy, but if you can try to see who your client will be, to know if they have it sounds creepy, who is
it's like doing your research.
It's better to see if maybe if they have an history of doing that, you can say no to that commission. So it's very important.
I was gonna say another thing, is because I remember before I remember because you don't really think about it when you are advertising commissions. Sometimes you just put your best work forward, but sometimes that's I had a friend that once had a commission with a really great illustrator, but what they were advertising for commissions were just these flat color sketches only, and they were under the assumption that it would be a full illustration. So, you know, things like that, just make sure there's no room for assumptions or anything, because they were really confused, and then we got the big thing where they wanted a refund. Yeah.
Wait, when they advertised the commissions, the examples that they showed wasn't the things that the person was going to do?
No, it was, but they had assumed, because they mainly the main stuff they post are full illustrations, but what they were advertising was just flat sketches, flat color sketches, and they didn't understand that, so they were like, "Oh my gosh, I've been scammed," and it's no, it's you know.
That's where you have to read the game. The client needs to read, and if everything is right, and if you advertise one type of commission and you're going to work on that, the client needs to know, because it sometimes happens that most of the time maybe you post very rendered pictures and you decide, hey, I don't have many time, but I want to open commissions, I will do this, but But yeah, everything needs to be written, and it's very important for the client to read what he's going to commission. I
Reading is
sometimes-
hard.
Oh my god!
Oh,
too
look at
much
the pretty
text.
pictures.
I need a picture book of the terms of service, please.
Okay. But yeah, it surprised me the amount of people that I have seen that just like don't take very commissions like very important, like they don't read anything and they are like, oh, I like the art, I'm gonna commission this person. For me, it's really important to read everything when you commission someone, because you don't know. Like, I mean, there's money involved. I wouldn't just like take it like something very slightly topic to commission someone. So yeah, gamers, be careful. Be careful. Don't be dumb. Read.
It's dangerous. Take this, gives you a Wacom pen.
Yeah.
Oh, someone Iron Hinder asks, is it okay if I send subs or will that be a problem? Feel free to send subs, do any sound alerts if you want. Feel free. And is Texas Speech on? I didn't hear the borp before, but I may have just missed it. I am not sure if Texas Speech is on. Oh, thank you so much, Iron Hinder, for gifting the 5 tier 1 subs. I didn't want to interrupt. No problem. Yeah, I mean, it should be up. I don't know why I didn't alert.
Do artist sales like Black Friday? Usually no, unless it's like really quick sketches or something like that. Because you don't want like 100 people coming to you only on a day that you do a sale.
I love it.
And it's like, I want this like 60-hour painting, but I'm only gonna pay you half. 'Cause it's
It's
sale.
Black Friday. It's Black Friday.
I think one of the... Oh, yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm thinking, I'm not thinking of opening commissions anytime soon. But from like the way I had opened commissions before, I feel like if I were to open them again, I'd go with Google Forms and then take it to DMs or emails from there. Because if you do it by like EMs trying to recruit clients, like like organizing them, it's kind of confusing and hard to keep up with the ones that you wanted to accept and the ones you didn't. So I really, if I were to do commissions again or open them again, I would definitely try doing Google Forms and then from there going on like personal DMs with the client or emails with the client. Because then I'm like, all right, I choose this one. I don't choose that one.
Yeah.
Your audience is
Definitely.
too large for you to do it through DMs.
Yeah, sometimes it's like,
That's what I do. I do forms and then email. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It can be very overwhelming. Sorry.
I was gonna say, do you guys use like any specific like calendar or anything to keep up with like the track? I use Trello to keep up with my projects.
I actually have a whiteboard.
I use oh my god, what is it called? Is it a sheet? It's like Excel, but it's a Google sheet. And it's public too, so people can check it and see how far I am, and they can also check like past orders over the months and fulfillments and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I actually did my Trello today. Because for a long time, I wasn't taking commissions because I was working on personal project and debut and everything. And now I'm back and it's like, oh no, there's so many people. I need to organize myself back.
Yeah.
So today was like, okay, time to create the Trello again. But it's very important to be organized. Don't be dumb like me. And now it's like, oh my god, what do I do with all these people?
Yeah, I use a whiteboard because unlike all of these programs, I can't turn that off. It's going to be staring at me from behind my computer. So then I feel guilty and I actually do the work.
I want to distract myself, so let me put it on the whiteboard. Fair enough. Honestly, I have it on Trello and I have it like public, so like I send my clients the link so they can keep track. But like, school makes hard for things. School hard.
That is
it's
true.
hard. It's hard
That is
finding a
true.
balance between all of this.
Yeah.
But like I do, but like
yeah.
I remember because in my case, right, and this is one of the reasons why like I don't not gonna open commissions anytime soon is because I know I can get it done, but the rate of it getting done isn't up to speed to where I'm comfortable charging for it. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm only doing like free things right now. But I make sure to keep in contact with the person that I'm doing the art or model for, so they know like, hey, like I know I accepted this like 6 months ago, but we're still working on it. It's just school's been busy, and it's free, so please don't attack me. And they're they're like, yeah, it's good, you're good. It's free, you're giving me quality stuff.
Yeah.
It's nice, I like it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
oh, thank you.
That actually goes into communication well. Like, if you have a delay or something comes up, just tell them. Be
Oh my
honest.
god. Yeah,
Like,
and the
if
client
they
is
drop
usually
if they drop
very
you or if they
understanding.
don't want to work with you, that's fine. You just decide, okay, we got to part ways. But like, do not keep them on a fish line if you're not going to reel it in and finish the catch. Basically,
Yeah, don't ghost them.
And
Yeah.
also, you should ask your client if they have a deadline.
Yes.
When you first,
Oh, very important, yes.
Before you even accept the commission, before you even accept it, ask if they need this done by a certain date. Yeah.
Yes.
You could put it
very
on the Google
important.
Forms.
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
Put it on the Google.
Yeah.
Put it on the Google Forms.
And maybe,
put it on your Trello.
and maybe what sometimes I do is that if I am busy but I'm interested in that commission and they tell me, but I need it for this date, is it okay? Sometimes you can pay like a little no, you can ask for extra money and pay. No, I'm not paying you. You are paying me. But you can ask for extra money so you can put them on the first, next client you're working on, to work on the commission faster. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember someone brought up a good point. Is like, aren't finishing times, should those be on the comp sheets too? I personally, like, when I went about like doing my illustration comms, I would tell them like in like DMs when I accepted one, I'd be like, okay, this is how I would do the sketch. I would ask them for the down payment, and then that's when I would start the sketch, and then I'd be like, okay, the sketch will take like 1 or 2 days, and then like flat colors and line work would be like a week or 2, and then I'll be like, it should probably be done within like 3 weeks or something, depending on how big and complex the piece is.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I don't usually put that in the comm sheets. I usually just do that like a one-on-one.
Yeah.
But if you want to, it's okay. Yeah.
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 For me, it's better to talk it with the client and not put it on the commission sheet, because maybe you have something happening to you suddenly, and it's like, oh wait, maybe this is going to take me more time, and maybe the client read that, oh, but you said it's gonna take this time on your commission sheet. So it's better that you just talk it with the client and discuss, like, is this okay if I have it for this date? If it's okay if I took it a little bit more long. It's better if you just talk it one-on-one. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Just
if you're
in
very
case.
consistent, you can put how long you think it'll take. But like, just stress to them, like, this is an estimate. Stuff might happen. We might change the concept. We might change the painting a little bit, and then it's going to take a little bit longer than we thought. But that's normal because it's art, and it takes time.
Another thing is, I already forgot it.
Another thing is short-term memory.
Yeah, short-term memory loss.
That happens
In case you
to
just,
artists, yes.
get that. Make sure you have it written down. Oh my gosh, it was at the tip. I was about to say, I can't remember it. Okay. Oh, I'm frustrated now. What the heck? Okay, anyway.
Don't worry.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
You forgot. It's okay.
I forgot.
It happens.
Yeah, another thing is like, try to make it clear on the commission sheet that if they want something specific, that they should send reference photos. Like, send me at least 3 reference photos or something like that, so that you're not just like shooting in the dark, because that
Reference
wastes
photos, yes.
everybody's time.
Or a character sheet if they have it.
Yeah.
Especially
Please,
if they have it.
please. Sorry, I always get mad when they don't send me references. It's
Yeah,
more.
like,
Okay.
I want a
have-
castle and a knight in shining armor. Okay.
Okay.
Reference? What?
Reference,
Like what?
please. Because maybe you start doing something, and then in the end it was like, oh, but I didn't imagine it like this. And I'm like, bitch,
Yeah.
you didn't send me anything.
There are also lots of artists who won't even accept commission requests or commission inquiries if you don't include reference. So,
for sure.
One of my terms of service is that if you are going to only send me text reference without any photos, you have to pay more.
Oh my gosh, I
yeah,
have.
me too.
Definitely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Also, like,
Oh,
research
makes
is
sense.
part of art. You should be
Yeah.
charging for that the same amount that you charge for when you're drawing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because
And
you
they're both hard. You're using your
Yeah.
brain,
Mhm.
and you have to learn all these things. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
That's why it
like
costs more.
it's like any
Yeah.
other job that would pay somebody to research things. Like you pay a lawyer to go research all the laws that nobody wants to learn because they're way too complicated.
Yeah.
Same thing with
so,
art.
Yeah, so it's like because a lot of things that like as the artist that like I guess some clients may take for granted and be like, why is this so expensive? Ah! It's like because not only does it take time, but also like the brain power for making sure the composition, the color, the thumbnails, making sure it's
The
at
years
peak
of school.
quality.
Yeah.
The years of
Yeah.
schooling and training and experience that went behind it. That's
Skill
what you're
for the
paying for.
software you're
That's what
using.
you're paying for.
Other thing that people sometimes forget is that, for example, my prices raised a lot this year because of demand. Because sometimes,
Demand,
yeah,
yes.
demand.
Yes,
Because of how
yes.
many
Yeah.
people want your work, you need to raise it because that way you can get less clients, and at the same time you're still working very hard. But people, I remember someone getting mad because it was, but last year our prices were so low and now they are so expensive. What happened? I'm like,
Inflation.
Inflation.
Yeah.
I have something to tell you. I have too much work.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like another thing is like I haven't just been doing nothing that whole year. I've been getting better. Life is more expensive. Food is more expensive. Gas is more expensive. All those
Gas
things
is more
change, and all that should reflect in your price. But the thing is, like she was saying, where she raised her prices because of demand. You
Yeah.
can charge as much as you want. Never feel guilty if somebody's like, "Oh, now I can't
Yeah.
afford that." I'm like, you have the option to save, like anyone else.
Yeah.
And there's very high demand right now, and this is a very taxing and skillful job. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to charge more because I can't handle all of these other ones.
And receiving custom artwork, custom graphics is not a right, it's a privilege. Like art is
Yes.
like
It's a luxury.
It's a
not
luxury.
necessary.
You're producing luxury content for people. Like
And Davidia, you don't need to start low. Like,
yeah.
for example, like in LA, I think last year or 2 years ago, the starting wage for most like junior concept artists at a studio would be between $30 and $35 an hour.
Oh wow.
I remember.
Yeah,
Way
and-
higher than what I was making in animation.
Yeah, and it's only been like 2 years, and I'm already up to like 60 or 70 an hour. So
Whoa!
Holy crap!
Like-
You're being paid well.
Were me.
well, it's not that I'm being paid well. It's that I told them I'm raising my price, and this is it. If I'm still worth
Tavish
it, you
set
keep
those
me. If not,
standards.
we go.
Wow.
He
Yeah.
set those standards and he was crystal clear. Like I'm worth this much now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was
Great gamer.
I remembered what I was gonna say. In regards to like, we'll talk about this a little bit more specifically with pricing, but I'd say like as for a beginner commissioner, before you open your commissions, is to make sure that you at least have a general recording of how long it takes you to do certain things with each
Yeah.
of your pieces. So I, at first, when I was practicing before opening my commissions, I had spent like a few months just like whenever I did an illustrated piece, I would just record how long I was working on that piece, and I was like, okay, so it took me like 11 hours for this, so and then stuff like that. And it's good to have reference for that, which will help in not only for your how much you want to price it per hour, but also for like the quality that you push out in that amount of time. But also it'll help when telling your client, it'll take me so and so long to get this done and stuff like that. Also, a question earlier that I saw earlier was from Mobshroom. They asked which would be better for people starting out, A, DMs, and they said, for a more chill, relaxed, friendlier vibe, or B, Google Forms, which risks a colder, more intimidating look for commissioner, but you seem more professional and it's obviously a lot safer, insured. So for a beginner commissioner.
I think if DMs are where you're more comfortable, you still leave receipt trails through DMs. If you're not flogged, you're not feeling overwhelmed by the number of people in your DMs, because it is very disorganized to go by DMs. But that is how I personally started, and then I changed to forms and email later. Yeah.
Mobshroom. Okay. I actually talked about this with some of them earlier. When you are working on the internet, use either American prices or Europe prices. You do not need to match the prices in your area. You are in a global market.
We talked about this on chat.
Okay, so we will now get directly to common pricing. Can I read what you said in the chat about it specifically?
Yeah, that's fine. Go for it.
Okay.
So smart.
I gotta try and find it. Yeah, Tavish is big brain.
Every once in a while, the 3 brain cells work together.
Yeah. He's the one that
let me
uses
find
his
it.
brain. Yes.
I'm scrolling. Oh my gosh, Tavish, where is it? Oh my gosh, I'm crying. I can't find it.
I mean, I can probably just repeat it.
Yeah, repeat it.
Well, it was basically what I was saying. Like,
yes.
If you live in like Brazil, for example, where $1 goes a lot farther, just charge American prices, and you can be living really well and be a lot more stress-free. And guess what? That's not only good for you, it's good for them, because if you're making more money, maybe you can afford more classes. Maybe you can afford to take time off and get better. Maybe you become a more valued commodity, in a sense. So there's really no downside to doing it, but there is a downside to pricing yourself super low, because it undercuts all the artists living in very expensive areas who might not even be able to move away from them.
Yeah. So I found the thing that you wrote specifically, and another way to say it, I guess, is just a repeat, because it's so important. Okay, if you zoned out, stop zoning out. Okay, this is about pricing.
I learned this.
It affects everyone.
I've been doing this for years, and I just learned this. It's very important. Listen.
So Tavish says, he wrote this himself. It's part of the Tavish amendments, okay? He says, I always encourage using a global standard like USD or the Euro because it's an international market. No need to match local prices online. Plus, why work for minimum wage in your country when you can take the minimum wage from another country? So that way, that will exchange over to a much greater amount.
Yeah. Actually, I am from Argentina,
cool.
Latin America, and I use all my prices with like American prices, USA, and it's so much better for me this way. I mean, if I use my currency, bro. No.
Like another psychological thing is like, what sounds better, $10 or 1,000 pesos?
$10.
The two numbers are gonna look way more attractive to somebody that's gonna buy something.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, after you said that, I still have to update it. But before I accept any new comms, I am definitely going to update my prices. I'm going to change everything to USD from CAD because I'll be making more.
Please.
That is so smart. You're so smart. I'm like, I'm Canadian, so I have to accept the monopoly money. Like,
If it doesn't have a maple leaf, it's not real money.
Money go brr.
But yeah, when you said that on chat, I was like, oh yeah,
my brain exploded.
Because for me, it really helps me that I use. First of all, I don't have clients from my country. If they were clients from my country, maybe my prices change. But because I know the situation of my country. But most of my clients are from abroad. Most of them are from America or Europe. So I can do that. I can use their pricing. I don't have to lower what my work, because I am from another country that doesn't have that same currency or how the money works, you know. So it's very if you can do that, do it, and if you can have clients from abroad, go for it, gamers, go for it, yes.
Yes.
I guess this would be on like the more advanced side of pricing as well. Like, it also goes into effective communication with them. You need to make sure if they're using it for a project that they intend to sell, like maybe they're making a game, maybe they want a concept for a book or something like that, versus this is personal art, it's like my D&D character.
Yeah.
Because
Royalties.
Yeah, royalties are a big thing. And
Yes.
usually with like freelance and concept art, you don't get them, but sometimes you can keep your price the same as if it were a commission and then negotiate a percentage of royalties along with it. So they don't need to pay it immediately.
Yeah.
But that way, if it does become popular or it does take off at some point, you don't feel like really bitter, like, oh man, that character I designed 10 years ago is now worth like $20 billion and I only got, like 300.
Also, that also goes into things like TOS, right? So like
Yeah, that'd be part of
also-
TOS as well, but I think it's
Yeah.
very important to communicate it verbally outside of the
Yeah.
TOS as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, because that reminded me to like I immediately thought of like a certain case where there was this one where I'll just say it. So the one with like Project Melody's original
I knew you were going to
model.
pick that up.
Oh, sorry.
No,
That's
it's
the first
a
thing I
great
thought of.
example. It's a perfect
Yeah,
example.
where all of a sudden, like, when she was gaining success, the commissioner for the model was like, oh, hey, can you give me money now because you're successful? And it's
Yeah.
like, what? Like, no.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not- like,
Wait, what happened? What?
this was like a while ago, like quite a while back. It's old news, but so one of the so when Melody originally commissioned, I forgot the artist that specifically did it for the 3D model. That's a bit of an oversimplification. Okay, sorry. Yeah, if it is an oversimplification, I'm sorry. It was a while ago. Chat,
Let's do
if
the
it doesn't-
3-hour
It's hard
saga
to remember
version.
all the details.
Yeah, let's do the 3-hour saga.
Project Melody Extended Edition.
So way old
is-
news. Okay,
this
it's
is-
old news.
This is TLDR old news.
We're going to read
Killed
the
the-
appendices, the Silmarillion.
I never knew about it. So the
Ah.
artist kind of asked for more money once she got like popular.
Yeah,
That's what. Oh, you don't. know that.
oversimplification of it, but yeah.
Mhm.
Vtubular butt milk has a question. He asked us
Love
if we
that
could
guy.
cover. I know, I love it too.
Hmm.
Oh, it's good.
I think for that kind of situation, the second you accept a super chat or a donation or you get Twitch partnered and you're constantly using that VTuber as a prop in your show, then it would
That's
fall
more-
under commercial.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You will make with VTuber models. You have to know the model will for definitely gonna be used for streams, and usually streams are I mean you get money
Yeah.
from it.
Mm.
So
And just as a hypothetical as well, sorry. If
no.
you-
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah, sorry.
if you make a VTuber with somebody and you're not planning to go commercial or anything, you just wanted to have it for fun, but suddenly you're getting big and you're like, oh, I can actually make money with this. You should immediately, before you get super big, go back to the artist and negotiate commercial rights with them because like, if you do it later, it's either going to cost a lot more or it's going to cause a legal battle, both
Yeah,
of which
but-
really
Unless-
suck.
It just gets
Yeah.
messy. It gets
Yeah.
messy.
Unless in their terms of service they specify that you are allowed to use the VTuber model commercially, which
Yeah.
like I personally
Mm.
I'm comfortable if I make a child and they explode and they're huge, they've got so many people watching them, they're making lots of money. I don't need any of it. So that's my own personal like philosophy. It might not be business savvy.
Yeah, I was just giving like,
to not
if
profit
you're
off
stuck
of
in
it,
that
but I
situation,
don't-
this is one of the options that you can
Yeah.
go with.
Yeah,
But your
so-
option is also a way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just
For me-
again, read the terms of service and see
Yeah.
see what they will charge for, because other things like merchandising, if they want to put their model that I painted or artwork that I made on merch specifically, then I require royalties. But to use the model, it's fine. So it's everyone is different. You just got to read the terms of service.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
as
And
with
like,
like a
this isn't to gouge money out of them. Like, this is just so that because as a freelancer, you're probably paying for your own insurance and housing and all these things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you get a little source of passive income, like I'm not talking big percentages, like 2% or 5%. Like that's it. If you want to go higher because you're working like very exclusively with this person, that is fine. But you're not there to gouge them. It's just to protect
Yeah.
you as well as a person and your livelihood.
Yeah. For sure,
So
for sure.
Aga, so this to clear up on the old news that I had brought up earlier, saying, but yes, it is more complex. It can be oversimplified too. Everyone should be more clear on the terms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be so
Yeah.
clear. Be redundantly clear. Be needlessly clear.
Yeah.
Be like the
definitely.
vacuum
Clarity
of space
clear.
clear.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. So I think that does it for common pricing, I suppose, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
we should like debate between ourselves what like the lowest price per hour you should go,
Okay. Yeah.
Don't
just so
Don't-
that I know people are like, I don't know how much
actually
to
don't
charge,
know
how much should I be making an hour, etc.
Especially as a beginner, right?
Yeah, as a beginner,
Yeah,
because once
as a
you start
beginner,
doing your own thing,
specifically.
you basically set your own prices.
Yeah.
But I would debate no matter what.
Recommended.
Never ask for below minimum wage. Never. Because like
Yeah.
at that
Try
rate,
avoiding
it's
that,
that's no longer like you've got some believe in yourself. You know, respect yourself, respect your work. Like if you don't think if you are looking at your work and you're like, I don't think this is worth if you're a beginner and you're looking at your work and you don't think you should be charging minimum wage, you think it's worth less, don't open commissions until you've studied a little more, improved your skill, and then charge at least minimum wage, please, because oh my goodness, it's so terrible the thought of you working for hours and hours away on artwork and not making anything for it. Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is my opinion.
That is my opinion.
Like at the same
If
time,
my PNG could nod, it would be nodding.
yeah, like at the same time, I have heard some people argue that they can charge less than minimum wage for commissions, but they're still studying and improving on those commissions, which is a valid argument as long as that is the reason why you're doing it. Because otherwise, I'm like, please, if you're doing it for a job, please, minimum
Have
wage.
confidence.
Everyone else is making at least minimum wage, please.
And as like a hidden thing about this is like, if you go super low, you're going to attract the worst clients.
Oh, the worst.
That is true.
Like-
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And not only that, but like when I see a super low price, I get suspicious. Like,
That too.
oh,
Yeah.
and they do it? Like, why is it so low? I don't really get it. But if it's like a reasonable, like $15 or $20 an hour, I'm like, okay, they probably know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Then I'll take a risk on it.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a friend. I have a friend. He loves getting commissions, and one of his favorite things to do, which I have conflicted feelings about. I'm not saying this is the right thing to do at all. I do not endorse this. I do not endorse this behavior. He likes to find artists who specifically charge really, really low prices, and then he will bulk order tons of pieces and he will overwhelm them deliberately to try and teach them a lesson about it, because he gets so pissed when he finds it. So like, yeah, you're gonna get commissioned by really bad people, because people like my friend are out there and they're looking for you. They get a kick out of it.
It's funny until it happens for real.
Yeah,
Real quick, someone asked, so for those of you who are just tuning in, hello, my name is Lae Dee. We have here Momotexx, Tavish, and
Hey.
Froggy.
Hello!
And we're talking about commissions and how to go about it with commission etiquette for art. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue, sorry. There's already sounds like a few people
Hi.
asking in chat. They were like, who are you people? And we're like, oh.
That's it. I just wanted to grovel and beg you to charge at least minimum wage, and please do not equate your self-worth to your art. That's the worst thing ever that you could do. Your art is not reflective of your value as a person. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm at a point where I can't really fix that problem, but I agree with you.
no.
It is a bad thing to do.
I've actually completely removed myself from work. Like, I can take feedback or even criticism, like, oh, the head looks stupid, and I'll be like, why does it look stupid? And I'll look at it, I'll be like, oh, it's a bit too large, and then I'll fix it. But like, I got to that point through working in animation, and that was literally
animation
how.
industry. So
Yeah.
Actually, I had a
Yeah.
teacher that said something really good about this. He's like, yes, your art is you, but it's like your hair. You can cut it off and you're still you. It's not what defines you exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
We also.
oh, I'm still Tavish, even if I change like what I look like, or if I put out a really shitty piece of art.
Yeah.
But, don't do that. Get better. But don't feel like, oh, you are scum. What are you doing? You can't work anymore. You need to lower all your prices and hide in the closet.
And if you find yourself doing that, you need to stop and be like, I'm in my head right now. I'm going to distract myself with something else.
Yeah.
The thing is that I agree with all of you gamers. But it's true that if you have very the big prices, it will be harder for you to find people to commission you. So you have to keep on working hard until I don't know. I actually, it's a very difficult topic to talk, because sometimes for me it happened that when I raised my prices, people were like, okay, I'm not gonna commission you, and you get no clients. And then there you can lower your prices, because the same, it goes with demand. If you don't have many people, then okay, maybe I can lower them a little bit more. Let's see if with these prices people are more interested, but never lower them that so much. Just lower them a little bit. Like do a sales.
Test the water with the sale. That's good, because then people aren't like, oh, why did the prices go back up? I'm like, the sale ended. That's why.
Exactly. He always uses that excuse. Oh my God, Valentine's sales. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yes.
I have like one more thing that I want to say about like pricing.
No, do it.
If you guys want to move on, but if you have other stuff to say, go ahead and say it as well.
You're so wise.
You're so wise. You are the great sage. We all look up to you.
So like, you know how your parents raised you, like, oh, don't ask people how much they make, or like, don't ask your coworkers how much they make. That is bullshit. Ask, because that got started by anti-union tactics.
Yeah. I hate that so much. The belief that it's taboo to talk about how much you make or how much other people are making for their work. It is. It's the man's attempt to control you and keep you from asking for more. It is.
Yeah.
It's anti-union. It's anti. Yeah.
Like if you have a new guy come in and he's like at your level, at your job, but he's getting paid twice as much as you, guess what? If you talk to him and you're like, hey, what's up? Where's my raise? And you'll be like, I'll just walk if you don't raise it. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, they don't want to train or find somebody new, so they'll just raise your price.
Yeah. Yep.
I just wanted to like make sure that's out there in the wild.
Yes. Important. Louder for the people in the back.
Yeah. For me, many times I try to compare myself, my prices to the other artists that work the same stuff with me, to see if like if I'm doing like, okay, should I raise them more? Should I charge them a little bit lower? Just to see, not just one artist, I do it with lots of artists, just to see how much people are paying for this stuff, for the stuff you're working.
Yeah.
So it's very, don't make it like taboo, the pricing thing, because it's very important to.
And if you have, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Like if you have a friend, like let's say
have confidence.
Me and Lae Dee are friends, and we both do commissions.
We're friends.
And like let's say I'm just starting out, and I have no idea what to price myself as. I could go to Lae Dee and be like, hey, I did this piece in about this many hours. What do you think is a fair price to charge for this? Because they have experience. They might know. And if they have that information of how long you're working and what it looks like exactly, then they can probably give you a pretty accurate answer.
$1 million.
Yes.
Let's fucking go.
Per hour.
Okay, maybe don't go to Lae Dee specifically for
Do not flood her DMs. Like, Uh,
lady.
Yeah.
20 boba
if you
teas,
really want to
please.
flood DMs, I'm on another server that's probably fairly well known at this point. You can flood my DMs, and I might not answer immediately because I'm a busy person, but I will try to answer.
How many fives is that? What was I say? Oh, I remember someone, Michael in commented earlier saying, "I enjoyed the stream of 3 anime girls and a tree sage giving good advice." I am so sorry that you were called a tree sage, unless it's okay.
Poor Tavish.
His silence. He's just like, I can't believe you called me a tree.
The sound of porcelain just slowly cracking in a kiln.
You better watch out, Michael. He's coming for you.
Oh no.
Michael.
I mean,
Michael.
like I don't know. Maybe I'm a tree sage. We'll see what happens. Because I still need to storyboard and do all that stuff because
The
I
lures-
do this for fun.
Laura's TBA. Lord
Yeah.
TBA.
Lord TBA.
Yeah.
He is so far just Tabish.
Yeah, just be warned. I'm gonna go like full ham on the lore.
Oh, no.
So
Oh
Do it.
yeah.
Do it. Go as ham as Momo did. Your
I'm
lore,
gonna go
Yeah.
more ham than Momo. I
your
already
lore
have
is
like
so inspiring. I am working on my own lore video now, and I'm like, I have to hand animate all of it. I have to animate this whole thing.
Momo.
Your
Momo making
video was
records.
so good. Raising
Yeah,
the
but-
bar.
Yes.
yeah, like I am not dissing Momo. Her bar was super raised. But
Oh
I
my
am
God.
like a crazy person and I just really want to do this
This
because
is a
I have no
challenge.
life.
You better watch
Oh,
out,
man.
Momo. You better watch out.
Better watch
Tavish
out,
is
Momo.
coming for
I'm
you.
coming for all your fans.
He's coming for
Not
you.
your only fans, all your fans.
Oh, his VTuber hype VTuber debut TBA for Tavish.
Let's try.
Treat
On a
only-
scale from 1 to Merryweather, it's above Momo. It's Momo plus. Momo plus.
Out of 5 buckets, it's 3 sardines.
He wants the horn.
To be honest, working on the animation was such an experience, man. Because
Yeah.
I have worked on animation industry, but I don't do animation. All the animation
Me
was
too.
done. Let's go! I've done all backgrounds.
I was a senior background artist. Me too.
High five! Yeah.
Let's go.
But well, my sister.
That means they're old.
Oh.
I'm not old. I'm baby.
Or genius
No, just because
prodigies.
the word senior is in it, that's all.
Yeah.
Not me. I wasn't junior. Sad. I was. Yeah, it was like, hello. Can I work here? Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
To be a dad.
just walks in the door, sits on somebody else's desk, starts drawing.
Yeah.
I kind of knew how was the animation studio because my sister Happy Strikes does animation. She did all the animation
Ah.
for my Lore. I did the storyboard, the backgrounds, and I painted all the scenes.
You guys are so
But
good.
Oh. Totally like an aside to this, but like you talking about family reminded me. If you have family in the industry and you want to get into it like industry, not just like commissions, take advantage of everybody you know. Not in a bad way, but make use of your connections. That's what
Yes.
that's what humans are social creatures for.
Hmm.
Like I would not have got my first job if I didn't use some of my connections. But now that I got my first job, I get more jobs because oh, go figure, you need experience to get experience.
Definitely. Yeah, for me it was like that. I started working.
And it's only
Thank you, my
nepotism
sister.
if you are not qualified to do the job. If you do the job right and you got the job because of family, that is not nepotism. That's just I knew a guy and I'm good at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's literally what everyone else does in the industry.
Yeah.
And it's also, I'm such a socially anxious person. That was so painful for me. Networking was so painful.
It
And
is socializing.
oh,
What the fuck?
Oh.
I hated it.
I
I,
have
hated
no,
it.
I'm like actually diagnosed like with a social disorder. But my
Yeah.
grandma when I was a kid, made me speak in front of like huge audiences for events because that was her thing. So I know how to talk in front of people, but oh my god, I want to die.
That's
Conceal,
awful,
don't
man.
feel. Don't
Let's
let them
put up
know.
Yeah.
Don't let them see.
Please hire me.
Oh my god. But also, just keep in mind.
Let me in. Let me in. I'm sorry.
Let me out.
Let me out.
Most artists, like, I'd say 99% of them, with confidence, out of all the artists in the world, they're all awkward and have crippling social anxiety. So just
Yes.
go for it. Just go for it. Just talk to them.
Do it.
There's just awkward gremlins that have anxiety. It's okay.
And
Every
just be-
single one. Except for
And just
the rare,
because they have
really
social
weird
anxiety
1%.
doesn't mean that they don't like people or they don't like talking. It's just very hard for them to initiate.
Mama.
Like,
One thing.
we want to be bothered, but then we look at other people's DMs and they're like, they didn't respond last time, I'm not going to try again.
Oh, that's me.
So don't think like that. Just be like, I'll be as annoying as I want until they answer. Unless you're actually being annoying, please don't do that.
Yeah, be a little respectful in the boundaries. You know, we all got
Yeah.
our lives.
But it's easier to be annoying and have somebody tell you, hey, you're being annoying, I need my space, than just randomly guessing that everybody is annoyed with you, because that is dumb.
That's so dumb.
Oh,
Imagine doing that. That's so stupid.
Couldn't be me.
Froggy looks like she's just dying.
Froggy is just like called out indirectly so many, and Cabal in chat just like.
And I say dumb as in like, it is a dumb behavior that humans do. I'm not calling
there she
anybody
goes.
dumb.
There she goes.
Only a complete fool. Only a
Call me a complete fool.
Oh, bro.
I was gonna say one of the advice that like helped me with like a little bit of networking was, you know, joining the server that we're on. Oh, this is the Ethan Becker Discord server. Really helped me be able to just get in contact with other artists, even though like at first I was lurking and then I was chatting NVCs, and then from then on I met like, you know, my art friends like Ted Be Super here, and you know, it just escalated from there. But other
And
ways you
suddenly
can do it.
we became mods for no reason, and,
Yeah.
and now I'm an admin, and I don't know how it happened.
Ethan Becker stream.
But it's like a 56,000 person server, so I'm just
Oh,
like, why me?
Ethan Becker server is S tier. It really is. They host even now like some classes. Like I know there's figure drawing classes over there that they host every week. I think, run by one of our mods on there, Space with Dead.
Yeah.
But even if like let's say, you know, VC and like, you know, chatting, this is just too much. You know, you could also do things like little small things like, you know, like we said earlier, with getting your presence out there, right? Could also be interacting with other users. So like, even if it's something silly like a fandom, like fandom art, or just like, you know, becoming a regular or a lurker in someone's art stream or chat, you know, you eventually, you know, get a presence on there, and you use baby steps, you know?
Yeah, and just seeing other people doing art is like, oh, I just need to put the pen on the screen and then marks get
Yeah.
made. That's,
Yeah.
oh, art. It's very motivating is what I'm saying.
And it's good to like find. I think I haven't entered the server, but I think that you can learn things, right? Like, do you have like classes, right? From what?
Oh yeah,
you said?
for the Ethan
Yeah.
Becker one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'll
amazing.
I'll pull up the Ethan Becker YouTube, so you guys, for those in chat who aren't familiar with it, so you can go from there, find the link
And
to it.
if you two are interested in doing like a quick art class or just like an interview something, I have no problem putting that on the server as well.
Oh,
We're very laissez-faire about it.
I love art
let's
class.
go.
Yeah.
I love art class.
Yeah.
What's that, Kiwi? You love
Like,
art
as
class?
long as somebody knows what they're doing and they have the free time to teach and they're not a terrible person, go ahead.
Wow!
So this is the great Ethan Becker
I
that
love Ethan
me and
Becker.
Tavish come from. The Ethan Becker Discord server somewhere
Becker
in
is
here. I
really
don't know
good.
where it is.
1 second, the
Somewhere.
bird is on the vacuum and I don't want him up there because he might fall. 1 second, I'll be right back.
Okay, bye.
Sucks up the burp.
Yeah. I think the link to the Discord server is somewhere. Maybe if I click on like an old video or something.
Maybe not about.
There it is. Community Discord. Right here. There you go.
Yeah.
What a beautiful screenshot. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's all in videos. Yeah.
I think it
sorry,
might be
was that
better
too
if you
fast?
post the link somewhere.
Oh, wait. I didn't know if I was allowed to post the Discord link, though. That's the thing. Maybe I am? I don't know. Is that weird? Is that meta?
I mean, we're just cross-pollinating. Like, if people from there go here and people from here go there, I think it's a win-win for everybody. I don't see any real negative to that.
Oh, Ethan Becker Discord.
Just read the rules, and I see an issue.
There you go. I'll put it in. By the way, if you see false typing in chat, that's just me. That's just me. How could you say no to this face? Look at that face.
But yeah, it's good to have like discourse like this too,
The
because
legend.
for me, for example, I study all online, so having classes like this, and it's just like hanging around with other artists, it's very good. It's very nice. Very
Yeah.
good way.
But
to
remember, like, there's a whole world out there. You don't need to feel, like, bad about not hanging out with your artist friends for a day or two. Like, maybe you want to hang out in a woodworking or, like, a carving channel. Go ahead. It's fine. It's good to have hobbies. It keeps you sane.
Oh, yeah. Or taking a walk. As simple as that.
Or just watching a movie without having any other tabs open or doing any work. I know that sounds silly and impossible for some people, but it is a thing you can do.
Let's go.
So Mob Shroom asks, just wanted to ask what the standard global prices are and which prices are different types for art, like sketches, line art, flat color, etc. How much for your own art style? How much for imitating a popular show's art style for starting out? Well, don't do what I used to do, which was like I did like $1 for like a sketch, and it was like anything, and I was like,
We all got really mad at her until she didn't.
Thank you.
I didn't know any better.
Dummy.
Bro, $1? Yeah, TBT.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So what we mean by like universal pricing or like global pricing would be like take for example, California is really good because a lot of the entertainment industry is there. So take the minimum wage or the like beginner wage in a studio if you think you're around that level, and that should be your minimum globally, if not higher, because you're doing freelance, which means you don't get benefits of working at a company. So technically, charging more is totally fine and expected. Like for me, if I'm just doing a character sheet and I estimate it's going to take like maybe a month, but I only meet with the person like once a week, so I only work maybe 2 days a week, maybe I'll charge $4,000 or $5,000. And you can get to these prices. It actually doesn't take as long as it sounds, but when you divide all those hours that are only happening on those 2 days a week, it starts to make more sense why I charge that much.
So the factors to count in the amount of hours going into the work. So which brings me back to like as I was saying earlier, is to make sure you have at least either it's a mental record or just like a record of how long it takes for you to work on a sketch, or how long does it take me to line something, how long does it take me to go from a sketch to line to flats to shading to then rendering, and things like that.
Yeah.
Momo
Also,
likes the
like,
music. She dances.
are you working all the time or do you have dead periods?
Yeah.
Like, during like 6 months out of the year, a lot of movie stuff is getting made. And the other 6 months, a lot of stuff isn't getting made because it's in pre-production and post-production, where they're just like making the models or finishing up or touching up things, and that's not where my work is. So I need to charge more in the months that there is work so that I can survive those months that don't have work. But also scheduling it so I'm only doing like the 2 days a week thing for that one job. I can take 2 other jobs and still be okay and have like a normal work schedule.
And and that goes specifically for the case of like if you're doing it like for career freelancing, right?
I mean, this
like also
actually
works in
applies.
general too, right?
I feel like it applies to everything actually. I'm just using mine as like a higher end of the bar in terms of like what you can charge, because I think it's good for people to know like I'm middle tier at best. That's where I'd place myself. So this is not the ceiling, but I think it's a good thing to know where like a goal is. So maybe you want to get to what I'm charging. Well, now you know that like, okay, just steadily go up charging each like 6 months or something like that.
なるほど。
Yeah. And as for like the lower side of the part, like don't overwork yourself. Only take as many commissions as you know you can handle. Don't take more than that, please. Because that's how you get a panic attack or you freak out or you fall behind. And those are not great.
Oh, there she goes. There goes Momo, and here comes Froggy.
Okay, sorry about that. He's being a little brat.
Did you get larger?
Did I get? Sorry, it's.
Oh my god, you're big!
It's all my feelings about the bird. They've enlarged me. It was sorry. I went near the vacuum and I felt a lot of feelings. And you know, what happens happens.
That really sucks, though.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
No, sorry about that. What did I miss?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. It was just the easiest pun. It was staring at me. I couldn't not do
Chat,
it.
do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get the pun, chat? Do you get the pun, chat? Did you miss it? Did you miss the pun, chat? Hey, chat, did you get the pun? Did you get the pun, chat?
How about now?
How about now? Did you get it? You missed it?
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Are you okay? We got it, thanks.
It
It sucks! That sucks! You missed it! That sucks!
Oh my god!
Oh wait, don't worry.
You're gonna be a kooky little boy tonight. You're being a little kooky bad one.
Wow.
Little kooky bad one. Oh, we got a question for Cabal. Cabal asks,
Cabal.
I actually have a question.
Wow.
And that, no, kidding. As an artist, I don't do comms, but I'm constantly asked for comms. While I'm confident in my skills, I don't think that they are worth the price I would have to charge to warrant inserting it into my schedule. Would you all think it's better to continue doing art for fun?
Okay, I have an example, or like a hypothetical thought exercise.
Ah,
Do you think an ounce of gold is worth $1,200?
I don't get it.
is this a
Why?
question?
No, I'll get to it.
Okay.
Why do you think it's worth that much?
Is this a trick question?
It is
Wait,
a little bit of
riddle
a
it?
trick question. See, just like
Who's
your
there?
time, there's only so much gold in the world. That's where it gets its value. So you need to value your time, and it's subjective how much it's worth. So if you think you're charging too much, but you're still getting asked to do commissions, guess what? You're worth more then.
Wow.
I feel like
Whoa,
it's
I
good to give like a concrete way to gauge it rather than just say like, charge more, don't be dumb.
Wow.
That's good, Chi. That's actually good. Wow.
Leaf slaps of knowledge.
Man, my brain hurts. What the fuck?
Like, is it something that you
Mind blown.
are interested in doing, that you want to do? Or are you happy as you are now? Because I noticed that you mentioned it's other people who are asking you about them, and then you wonder if you'd be able to do it. But is it something that you want to do yourself as well, not just for other people? Like, think about yourself and what you want. Because if it's something you're interested in trying, you could always give the appropriate asking price that you think you deserve, and then see if the potential client, is interested in paying that amount for whatever they want. But it depends on what you want also, not just about them, not just about them wanting to commission you because they love you and your work. Yeah. Completely honest, I like money.
Don't we all?
Okay. It's not bad to like money. Like, you
Yes.
know the phrase, money's the root of all evil? That's not
What?
the whole quote.
Wait, money's what?
Money is the root of all evil.
Oh,
Like, I'm sure
I
everybody's-
heard.
Probably
heard money.
everybody's heard that. That's not the whole quote. It's
Sorry.
the love of money is the root of all evil. So when you get obsessed and it's the only thing you want and you want to hoard it like a dragon, then you have a problem. But making it so you can live comfortably, that's totally fine. Everybody wants that. Everybody needs that.
Dragons? Uh-oh, stinky. Stinky dragons. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Stinky.
I guess that means we can make fun of Rainy now. But
Oh no, not Rainy!
Actually-
Leave Rainy alone!
Uh-oh, sticky. Sticky dragon.
Yeah, Jeffrey Bezos is the root of all evil. When you
can't make fun of Rainy. She's a cat.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh no.
Yeah. And like in the chat where people are thinking I'm smart, I just had good teachers and maybe I am smart, but I don't see myself as that. So
Maybe.
don't try and see it as me having a benefit or anything over you. I just happen to be exposed to really good stuff sometimes.
And now you're giving back and exposing it to us plebeians.
And now we're smart as you. Watch out.
Exactly. But that's the thing. Like, there's no secret trick. There's no like, wow, I'm big brain. You can do it too. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, mama.
Your brain can grow too.
Yeah.
It looked like you had like such like your like the way you were staring into the abyss looked like you had such a mind blow. Like you too can be smart. Like it's so funny to me. Big brain energy we share.
Getting the pops. Get out the bubble wrap.
XP share. You can't do it? Wet your lips, wet your lips.
Lick your lips. Lick
Yeah,
your lips.
lick your lips.
Mm,
You do it too, Tavish.
Lick your lips, and then.
We all did
I
it.
can do this. Wait. Did you hear that? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Why not?
I don't know.
Content!
LMAO, why is the emote wall so small?
See, we're not bottoming
There we
out
go.
on intelligence. What we're doing is just like we're giving it a break. We're letting it recharge.
Yeah,
Okay? It's all part of the method, probably.
Exactly.
So I guess the next thing would be like tips and tricks. Like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
when I wrote that, I meant like, how do you keep yourself on task?
Oh,
How do you keep yourself from working too hard?
Oh.
Is there a way that you keep your quality consistent? Things like that. And it can be anything that you find helpful when you do work, whether it's for VTubing or art, because I think it's all cross-related at this point.
yeah.
For me, it helped me streaming a lot, actually. Because it was a reason for me to draw every day.
Yeah.
It made me draw, literally, since I started, I feel like I had a big, my art style changed a lot. and it become better. Also, I started VTubing for me was my comeback to anime style, because I had always had problems with like, oh, how is my art style? How should my art style looks like? I don't know what to do. And sadly, here in my country and on the industry that I was working on, people all the time is going to tell you, anime style, bro, you're not going to live with that style.
Yeah.
No, you're going to die. You're gonna end up on a fucking
And now it's like the most popular style in the world.
Yeah, and I was, for me, it was like, oh man, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do backgrounds, and I'm gonna cry, and I'm gonna edit pictures, cause fuck my life. And then VTubing started, and I was like, oh, hell, look at this cutie, what it is. Let's
Yeah.
And it was my reason to start again with anime. Literally all my life was anime. Then I finished high school and I was like, oh no, what do I do? And then I started working on animation industry and video games. But you know, here in my country, in Argentina, is
difficult.
What can I tell you? It is. There is a lot of work for animation, but not too much for illustrators. So it's difficult, and literally, as we are not a lot of people, everyone knows each other. It's like, if you do something, everyone will know what you did and stuff like that. And let's just say that the pricing was not very good. It was hard.
It's okay.
It was hard. No, it was. I mean, it was a good. No, it wasn't even a good price for like. It wasn't. I'm lying. But for me, at least, it was like, okay, it was my first job. It's okay. I can.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through that, I think. It's good.
Yeah. And then I. No. You were gonna say something.
I'll do it when you're done. It's okay.
Okay. Then I always did commissions since like very little. So for me it was always a scare. My parents teach me that I need a full-time job on an industry and like on a
Lady, stop
company
sexually harassing Froggy.
What are you talking
I know,
about?
I'm like,
Huh? I'm scared.
Froggy, if you need a riot shield, go get one.
Stop licking my mucus!
Wow!
Get that mucus. Get it.
You playing with your nuts again?
Yes.
Wow!
don't lick me, you might start hallucinating.
One thing about like the whole like anime, like, oh, I only do this style kind of thing. I used to do like mainly semi-realism, but then I got a job on a live action, so I had to do actual realism. Then I did concepts for a cartoon, so I needed to do anime. Then another cartoon, but it needed to be Western. And you just learn to adapt at that point. But also, if you really like anime, but you're like, but I want it to be my thing, realize how many different styles there are. Like, if you want a great example, look up Yoshinari Ko. He's the brother of Yoshinari Yo, who did like a lot of Trigger anime.
Yeah.
But his brother does a lot of like really experimental styles. Some of his animations look like they're 3D, but they're all made in 2D. Like, it's all his own.
I know them. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
So, like,
why I kinda decided to do my own thing and stop hearing what people told me here, because when I started doing that is when I started doing well and being happy with what I was working on.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because
And
if you're not
I-
happy, then what's the point of doing the art?
Yeah, definitely. So
And
yeah,
I'm not trying to say that you're going to be super happy doing art. It's a hard career, especially if you go into the industry stuff. But
yeah,
you need to be able to set the boundary of stuff that you like working on, stuff that you tolerate working on, and stuff that you will not work on.
yeah, definitely. Yes. So for me, it was like I didn't mind doing backgrounds, but
Oh.
Froggy died.
I
Froggy?
perished? Help!
Where'd you go?
You died.
Where'd you go?
I've become ethereal. I am but a spirit now.
Do you need to be embraced?
Keep talking,
I have
keep talking, keep going.
I have no clue what happened. Where'd you go?
I don't know. Okay, we're down a frog. Let's just keep going.
I don't know either. My ninja is still open. Let me like try refreshing it and sending you a new link.
Okay.
I don't know why it did that. Hello? Oh my God. There you go.
Thank you.
I was watching the stream. It started buffering, and then it stopped buffering, and I was gone. And I was like, oh. Oh, I've been isekai'd. Okay.
It happens.
Okay, we're back. Thank you. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's the call of the void.
Oh,
just-
I have the best tip and trick. If you don't know something, admit it. Go ask for help. Go ask your boss to clarify your task. Go ask for advice from somebody who is better than you, because there's always somebody better than you.
Yes.
Please, it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you look stupid. It doesn't do any of those things. If anything, if you do that with your boss, he's going to be like, wow, this guy didn't waste my time by turning in the wrong thing and not asking questions for 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And they remember that. They really do. And they'll be like, oh, I can communicate with this person, which is what this whole talk is about, in a sense.
I'm 1 pixel. I'm a Minecraft character. What is happening right now?
I have more polygons than you.
Could I actually make you more of a polygon?
Why have I turned into
It's a
PS1
joke.
graphics? What is happening right now to me? I'm fading. I'm fading. Oh my God.
What the hell is happening? So this is how Froggy colors her paintings, I think.
Oh, I see the light! I see the light! Froggy! Froggy! Follow our voice! Follow our voice, Froggy!
I'm so cold. I'm so cold. Oh.
Drink an Estus flask, for God's sake.
I'm back, sort of.
She's stabilized.
I'm back, sort of. It's still, I'm crunchy now, but I'm not 1 pixel.
Oh my God.
Mr. Lae Dee, I don't feel so good.
Oh no! Oh my God, could you say that? Could you say that and then disappear with an echo on, please? Whenever you go.
Lady, I don't feel so good.
Froggy, she was so young! She was so young!
She literally disappeared
But yeah, the asking question things applies to everything in life. Like, oh, my girlfriend's mad at me. What do I do? Ask her. Why are you mad?
Oh
Yeah,
my
your boss is
God.
your girlfriend?
Don't be like, I know her so well, but I don't know why she's mad at me. I'll just keep doing the exact same thing. Let's see how that works out, champ.
Wow.
Ooh. Communication.
Or when somebody's like, or on the other side of it, and I'm not getting political, but I'm going to use a political conversation as an example. Let's say somebody is really strongly opinionated about something, and you know they're wrong, but they will never admit they're wrong. They'll never ask for clarification. It's super annoying. Everyone has dealt with that kind of person. You don't want to be that person. It's okay to not know things and be wrong and then become educated. Please.
Will refreshing my cache or whatever it's called fix the blurry blur?
I have no clue.
I don't know. I think you might need more cash.
That's just obvious
More
ninja at this
cash,
point.
more cash!
That's just ninja.
You need super chats to materialize.
I apologize. I am semi-ethereal now. My time has run up. My time has almost run up. And then
Oh
I
no,
will
don't
be gone.
disappear again.
I will be gone from this world.
Not again. Thank you, Aka, for the clip. I love that. I will cherish that clip forever.
It's such a good clip. That's okay. I'm happy as a Minecraft character. We can answer questions and I'll be a Minecraft character.
Okay.
Does anyone else have any tips and tricks? I was just gonna mention Trello again.
Yeah.
Okay, why would that make you feel like, oh, it's just Trello? Like, having a schedule is super important, and now you get to explain why.
I was only joking.
When
just
you
a
mentioned
No, schedules are very important for me.
Yeah.
They are.
A lot. And it's good. Okay, I'm an overworker, so
Me too.
I work 24/7, sadly. But don't be like me and try to at least have 2 days for yourself and not working. Like work from Mondays to Friday and then take 2 days off. Because your brain is gonna explode. Don't be like that. That's a recommendation. It's good to like suddenly what it happens to me that if I don't have work it's like, oh no, that means I have free time. If I have free time it means that I could grab more work. And it's bad. If you do that you will end up with art block and you don't want that. You don't want to get art blocked. Art block is the worst, and we don't like it. So try to, even though if you're a freelance, if you work, please have time for yourself to distract you. Watch something, just nothing that is related to working, drawing. Do something else at least, because try to have a hobby that is not drawing. Try like your work is illustration, and if you want to do art for yourself, it's good too. But try to separate yourself a little bit sometimes. Just like go away and walk or read something. It will help you mentally. Yeah.
Or you will develop
I have
an
the same
addiction
problem.
to
I actually aim
overworking.
to only work 4 days. Like,
Another-
sometimes I don't make it, and I will work 5 days. But if I aim for having only 4 days of work, I'm much more likely to at least get 2.
Yeah.
Another thing with like a schedule is that you could also burn yourself out from just having it in your head for so long. And then like, so having it like organized somewhere, even if it's like, it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't necessarily have to be neat that other people understand it. As long as you understand it and you can keep track of it, it just helps.
Yeah. It's good to externalize things, like having a diary or a journal or a schedule on the wall. Reduce your brain load and put it somewhere that will remember it for you with the power of physics. Atoms.
Atoms?
Yeah, because if you're drawing like on a whiteboard, the atoms stay where they are. That's how everything works.
Okay, big brain. Okay, large brain.
Yes, with the power of booba physics, you too can have a schedule, Davidia. I secretly have all the physics under my
You know-
shawl.
You know that movie about like the guide to the galaxy or something like that?
The
Yeah.
Hitchhiker's
It's like
Guide to
this
the Galaxy?
Yeah. You're like
Yeah.
the big computer. We're all asking you.
Yeah.
What is the answer to life?
42.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He is the guy. He's the computer. He's the guy.
Oh, we got him, boys!
What the fuck?
I'm just old, but not really that old. I just watch too many things because I have too much time on my hands.
They're cultured.
Yeah, we'll call it cultured, I guess. That's a nice word.
That's nice. Yes.
But yeah. Yeah. I don't know if any of you have any other tips. For me, is that try to rest and not get art blocked. And when you get art blocked, what you do is study, or try to not work to like go through your art block, because you will suffer. You will suffer lots if you can. For me, what it helps with art block is try to do art studies, or just like maybe don't draw for one day to make my mind like, okay, it's okay. You are with art block, just think about something else, and then you will figure it out. And then
Go on a walk.
yeah, exactly. Go walk.
Something for yourself.
Lift some weights, go on a walk, go to the market just so you see different scenery than your room and your computer for just an hour.
Yeah.
And I know like 80% of us are shut-ins, and the thing that happened for the past 2 years, because I guess you're not supposed to say it, is it didn't help any of us with that. But literally just changing what you see, like going outside and seeing greenery, is healthy for your brain. Going to another place just refreshes you. Even if you hate going out in public, it is still good for you long term. Like when you get back, you will feel better, even if it's just slightly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I hijacked the end of that. I'm sorry.
Huh? No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Next up, the portfolios. The portfolio building, as well as freelancing with no portfolio. We can start off with portfolio stuff in regards to commissions and stuff.
I don't have portfolio. I don't have portfolio.
That's the secret to success. Don't even try.
For me, my portfolio is my Twitter.
Yes, that's valid.
I mean, it's not. I mean, there are even more things, like you can see my cringy tweets, but you can find my art there too. And that way, for me, Twitter is my way of like reaching customers, clients, making contacts, and there with Twitch is my place where I can show what I do. So yeah, I don't have a normal portfolio like a lot of artists that is like, oh, here you have my link and you can see my works. For me, it's just that. And with streaming and meeting people, kind of people knows what I do and my art, and I mean it's working. So far, it's working. But it is true that having a portfolio is kind of important, because there is for me, I am someone that likes to have everything organized. Oh my God, lady, what Don't show me touching my Lord's titty!
Stop touching me.
Her Twitter is her portfolio.
And just to back up on this, like, portfolio, if you take it super literally, it just means your body of work. As long as I click the media button and I see she paints, I'm like, okay, this counts as a portfolio, just like if I go to an Instagram or anything else.
I love you, Momo. Come back.
No, I can't. I can't come back. I can't come
You
back.
hardworking bean. Come
Yes,
back.
her body of work is Ethel's body.
I can't. I live in the street.
Emotional damage. We said it in the same.
Emotional damage.
Okay. Yes, I enjoy drawing my lords and giving him big titties. Okay.
But you enjoy it, so you spend time on it. It's good.
It is good.
Now with hands. You know
Look
that
at this
artists
boy.
used to touch their model's body to feel the anatomy and know if it was wood. I did the same thing. I did the same
That's
thing.
actually Momo's anatomy. She has like this crazy 6-pack and these super defined pecs.
Yeah.
So she just, that's what it looks like, and draws it. It's amazing.
You gotta be sure. You gotta be sure. Double checking the anatomy. Gotta make sure everything's accurate.
Sorry, for me, like, I'm getting back to drawing males after a long year of not drawing males. And you know what? I love drawing females. I love drawing big, huge, badonkes, hodonkes. But man! God!
Men is where she loves.
Yeah!
I'm sorry, but could you repeat that word again?
Badonka honkers.
No. The male badonka. Could you just?
That word?
Huggies?
Badonke-donkers?
Badungus?
Good,
Hominobominous?
What?
No, bungus.
Man, it was a fun stream, bro. It was good. Yeah, I can touch boobies now. I realized that, and it's good. That's my portfolio. You go there to my Twitter and you can see home. Yes, we can.
That's Momotexx at Momotexx on Twitter and Twitch.
Oh, God damn it! I'm down bad. But it was good. It was good. Learning male anatomy is difficult. So,
But we're just a bunch of cubes.
Mama.
I mean,
check out
me
Momo
personally,
for her
I'm apparently not a
notification.
cube. I'm this weird tree spirit guy next to you. But
The momification.
I love this picture.
look at that 6 cube.
Oh,
Look at that 6 cube.
Buff puppy. You know what is the most fun about the mummifications? Is not drawing it. Is making the names. God, this is so funny.
I love
it.
Diku.
I
I love that.
Riadiku?
Something like
Yeah.
Sorry.
Riadiku. I mean, I think my favorite though is Shenkos as Shenkok. Oh my god, I love it. Thank you so much. Yes, buff puppy. Oh my god. Yes.
Buff puppy.
Yes. Then daddy. I love creating the names. It's Chefkis and chat always helps me. So
Wait, so if it's Buff Pop,
is
or
buff puppy?
if it's Buff Pup, wouldn't it be Buff Pop then? Like Pop Up?
Yeah. Buff pop. I love it.
Got
No,
my dick.
my masterpiece is Dia as Riadiku.
Yeah, that's Momo who drew all the Vshoujoi's men. Yeah, that was Momo. who did that.
I did.
Yeah.
I did Bishonen. Yeah, I did Bishonen.
Vishonen.
Vshoujo.
I saw your
Local
latest
Vishonen.
your latest comic out there. It was pretty spicy.
God damn it. We don't talk about those. Yes. When I watched those on stream, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get banned. Oh my god, I'm gonna get banned. Oh my god, I'm gonna get banned.
Oh my god.
know how
The
I did
vibes
to
with Momo, everyone.
stream. I don't know how I did to stream that. I don't have a face. To that.
Time for that Yoroko shonen.
God damn it. God damn it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Males are Gucci. They are.
Oh yeah, portfolios. That's what we were
Yes.
talking
Yes, portfolio.
about.
Doesn't
So
have to be
a good
fun.
rule of thumb is if anything in there is bad, take it out.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And
The
also,
portfolio is while the portfolio is supposed to show the best work that you can consistently achieve, which is important. Consistency is important.
Yeah.
If you have any weak piece in there, it's going to stick out in my memory as like, but why was that one there?
Yeah.
What does that mean? That maybe all the pieces are going to be that weak, like that one, or are they all going to be strong, like the other one?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to have that question.
Also, try not to add things that you didn't enjoy working on. Like maybe they look good, but I don't know. Maybe you want to be like a concept. I don't know. Maybe you want to do big illustrations, but you have to do a job where you have to do like chibi art, and you don't want to continue working on chibi art. Try to not add it there because people will continue to commission you that if they see that you do that.
yeah.
Another one would be like another example of being like, let's say you could draw mechs, look really cool, but like you don't enjoy. You'd rather draw like character designs instead of mech designs.
Yeah.
It's just because you can, but if you don't want to, where'd my mouth? Hello. Show what you're willing to like offer.
Yeah, and like number wise, like let's say you're going to a trade show or something and there's going to be interviews or whatever, you only need like 6 to 8 really good pieces to take with you. When you're a junior, like, I don't know why, but artists especially are like, I need to be fucking senior art director level for my first job. I was like, no, you're 21, dude. Like, calm down a little bit. You can start as a junior and actually learn things, and then you can get there. And if you are good enough for that, by all means, go ahead. You've somehow earned it at that young age, and that's very impressive. But it's okay to just, admit, this is what level I'm at. This is my 6 or 8 best pieces. What do you think? And just ask for their honest opinion, because that's how you get better.
I like Sir Deadlock's analogy. So what you're saying, it's like the wall on the outside of
that.
the ice cream truck. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, the wall on the outside of the ice cream truck, and that's the thing too. If I could interject, I noticed you said the wall. What is on the wall of the ice cream truck? It's the ice cream sundaes that the ice cream truck offers.
No, it's the not melted Sonic pop that has its eyeball in the right place still.
Okay, so like if you're gonna be the ice cream truck, at least like make sure everything's correctly there. You don't want to be like an ice cream pop.
When you're making your portfolio, don't just put in your best pieces. Put in pieces that are relevant to the job that you're applying for, which is a huge thing. Like, you go to an ice cream truck, they don't have French fries on there unless they serve French fries as well. But if you're going there for ice cream, so if you're applying for a animation job, make sure you've got a demo reel. Make sure you've got animated things to show. Don't go in there with your painted BGs, your painted backgrounds, pardon me, because, this is my strongest looking work. Like, it should be relevant to whatever you're applying to. And also, if you're applying, I'm speaking again from an animation standpoint, but if you're applying to an ongoing production, then you can also research what the style of the show is and try and reproduce that.
Also, on that, yes, you should tailor your portfolios, but like if you're going to a trade show or something, and let's say you're showing it on your iPad or your tablet or your phone or whatever, have a second folder with all of your art that you want to show people in it. So you have your tailored one, and if they're really interested, you're like, oh, here's some of my other work so you can see how flexible I am or what I've done in the past.
Yeah.
So then you get the both worlds. And I had a thought in my head. What was it? Go ahead. I'll think of her a bit. It was there, now it's not.
Ain't that just the way? Yeah.
I know.
People might ask
Website.
to see more of your work, so have it ready just in case. But also, I feel like if you're doing what Momo is doing and what I'm doing now, we're both freelance now. What Momo is doing is perfect. You don't have to worry about a portfolio. Like your social media is what gets you work, so don't worry about it. This is mostly an industry thing. I would recommend portfolios if you want industry work.
Yeah, like for example, my last director was Ridley Scott because I worked on Raised by Wolves. I wouldn't go and bring him like really bright colored anime or really happy realism paintings. I'm gonna give him really moody stuff because that's the kind of movie he likes to make. So you need to pretend that you are your client and be like, what do I want to see if I hire this person?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that also goes into like also researching the client.
Yeah, and it's the opposite if you do commissions like Froggy and Momo are saying. Because people, when it's like a social media thing or it's a popularity thing or you're a personality on the internet like a VTuber, which you all are, and then you are advertising what you bring to the table. And people come to you because they want that. They don't want you pandering to their taste all the time. They want to see what you do with their requests in your style and with what you like. And that'll help avoid burnout. It'll help you be happy with your work. It will give you a little bit more freedom. And you always have the choice to say no.
Just really quickly, Ari Ostelitro says, could you say hi to my cousin El Philip? He's a fan and is watching the stream. Everyone say hello to El Philip.
Hello, Philip.
Hi, El Philip! Oh, hiyo! There you go.
El Felipe.
El Felipe.
Oh my god, we're
Oh.
Yes?
I just watched my tracking die after I went hello, and then my voice trailed because I noticed my model was just like tilted, staring into the void. Oh my god!
Oof.
It's like an early 2000s game where the character turns their head, but then it moves like 10 meters to the side, but it's still connected somehow.
And then,
Oh, hey there.
Oh my goodness gracious! I think Daenerys Den asked a very good question.
You care to read it? Read it?
Yeah. Would you guys not recommend comparing your art to other artists' works? Which I am
never
a firm,
compare yourself.
I'm a firm believer of comparing your work.
Same.
I am too, but I have a few like conditions for it,
Yes.
so people don't get
Constructively.
confused.
Yes.
This
yes.
is again coming from the same point of view
Okay.
of like your worth as a person is not like you have to look constructively, no emotional
Okay, in
attachment.
that way, yes. I mean, I thought that you're like comparing yourself like, oh my god, the artist is so much better than me. I don't
No.
want to do art
No.
anymore.
Yeah.
That
Like-
is bad. Don't do that.
That's a way to burn yourself out.
Yeah, like also
That's
like
a no.
you know how there's always like that one riot artist or that one splash artist. They're like 19 years old and they're already like art director level.
Mhm.
Guess what? They probably started drawing when they were 4 or 5 years old and they did nothing else with their life. That's how they got that good that fast. It wasn't because they're super talented. It wasn't because they were just born with it. Yes, they might
popped
have
out
an
of the
advantage
womb
because
like
of their
that.
genetics or whatever, but it's gonna be like that 1% difference that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So you need to compare not your age with somebody who's super talented when they're a kid. You need to compare how many years have I worked towards the same goal.
Yes. Another thing is like what you said, like we all have different starting points, right?
Yeah.
But also is to also compare your old stuff to like where you are now.
Yeah.
Right? Your progress as you grow. So like my stuff posted from 2015 is like not gonna look like the stuff I'm posting now. Like if I were to do a redraw or whatever, you know.
And there's some people saying that like some people are super talented. Guess what? You know how everyone thought like Kobe Bryant was super talented, super amazing. He's a prodigy at basketball. Do you know how many hours a day that dude practices?
Art is
He's
not
there
a
for
talent.
like 10, 12 hours.
Art is not a talent, it's a skill.
No.
You can train
Yes.
it just the same as every other profession that is skill-based.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You need
Like,
time.
Yes,
practice,
yes, he's
and
tall, and yes, you
experience.
need to be tall for that. But it's like, no, he puts in all the hours of his day into this because he loves it. It's his job. It's what he does. It's who he is.
Passionate.
So
And-
if you aren't doing that, but you're like, oh, he's so much more talented, I can't do it, then you're wrong. I'm sorry, but that's as harsh as I'm gonna be for right now.
Yeah.
Another thing
No.
is like the misconception that just because you love what you're doing, it'll never feel like you're working a day in your life. Even like when pursuing art as a career, like we said, there will be like dead periods for like when being a freelancer and or like doing your things like taxes and keeping up with clients and all the boring stuff. Like that all comes with what you do. But it's just because you love it that it makes it worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a really healthy way to compare your work to other people. I also am a very firm believer of stealing from other people.
Steal like an artist. Steal like an artist. Steal like an artist.
There's like, okay, so you've probably met this person, but there are people who don't believe in using references because then you're thieving. And it's not original. I've got news for you and for those people. Nothing is
Not using
original.
references, my
Yes,
friend.
in the words of Ethan Becker.
Yeah. Nothing is
Nothing
original.
you do is original. The only thing
Fine.
that's original is how you execute it
Yes.
and then proceed by the audience. But nothing you
and-
do is original.
Find
And on
artists
that,
who you
it's
love.
okay to draw without reference, but you need to
Yeah.
know what you're doing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
find
And you're
artists
not
who
going to
you
know what you're
love.
doing if you don't practice with reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing is right is like doing like art studies of stuff, right? Like obviously we are not at all saying to like study an artist's thing and copy it and claim it as your own. That is not what we're saying.
No,
But let's
that's
say
what
I
was
do
about
was
to get into,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you
Just
want-
be
go ahead,
honest.
go ahead.
Like,
You're
saying
hey,
what I was
I
gonna
saw
say.
this panel in a comic. It had really good composition, so I copied it. What's your critique? What can I do to make it really look and feel like a comic? That's how you copy. That's how you steal.
I was gonna say 'cause
Ethically, ironically.
Ethan Becker does a really good job in his videos on how to do that, right? So like he has things like this video like Instagram art, don't draw your hands like this with the thumbnail saying Cynic's bad hands. But like it goes into depth of like stealing like an artist, take what you need, like let's say I like how Ethan Becker draws his lips, right?
Oh,
but I
one
like
thingy.
yeah, sorry.
For anyone not familiar with Ethan Becker, when he says cynic's bad, he's joking. They're like best
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
He does that to everybody.
They're
He's
great.
very
They're great
sarcastic.
buds.
He doesn't actually think they're bad, and they usually make a guest appearance on those videos.
Yeah,
So
fixing these
He's-
trash art.
he's not toxic. Don't get that from the thumbnail. It's just
no.
supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Find
Or,
your
like,
favorite
like all
artist.
those
Find
things.
what you love about their
A
art.
Frankenstein.
And take
A
it and
Frankenstein
integrate
of
it.
art styles.
Yeah, Frankenstein it.
Sorry.
Integrate it into your
Yeah.
own stuff. For example, I fucking love BS Apricot. I love her outlines and how they're soft and they have that like black haze that kind of
Yeah.
goes into the colors, and then also how she shines and renders her hair. So I always am looking at her work when I am lining something or when I'm looking at hair and I'm like, I want to try it and do the highlights
Yeah.
like how she does it. Like that is how to steal in a healthy way. You're not stealing the
No,
artist's
not
work.
copying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and somebody's
I
asking what a
got
study
that,
is, and so like let's say I copy a painting by Raphael or something or Caravaggio, and it's like an exact copy. That's a study. Now, if I take everything I learned from that and use a similar composition, but I change the theme a bit, I change the characters, then it's mine. So that wouldn't be a study, but it would be researched well and referenced from a study that I did.
I think one thing I think would be really cool is maybe for like a later stream to go more in depth with that, like the difference between stealing, referencing, and how it does this. Can you actually claim this as your own?
Yeah.
I think
You
that would be
can't
really
copyright
cool.
poses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I mean, if you guys are free to talk about it another time, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
I'm so passionate about theft. I love talking about how to steal.
Yes,
You
steal,
love to find the
steal
best
like
ski
an
mask.
artist.
Hide my
Steal like an
identity.
artist, okay?
I stand though.
Every
For
art style, right, is like a Frankenstein of all the other art styles that you love.
And not to mention, like, that's also where the artists that you love, they're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, everyone is doing that.
Yep.
Like, you know how Da Vinci got so good? He made a pinhole camera, he traced it on the canvas, and then he painted over it. But he was really good at painting, so it looks really good.
Yeah. And that could also go with like head-to-head, like work smarter, not harder, and things like that. But that's a different topic that can go in depth for a different stream. Okay, sorry, friends. But yeah, they the covers.
I mean, we can always do this again whenever. So
yeah, true.
if people like it, I think it's good.
I definitely. Yeah.
I had fun.
It's fun to talk about.
Oh, I think yeah.
Do we have time for? Do we have time for questions? Do we want to answer?
Yes.
Have we been answering questions technically already?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Where are we?
Now we're in the specific Q&A. So any questions in chat, please? You have any questions related to the commissions or anything that we've side tangent on, spoken about in the stream? Ask away.
I could leave at any minute, so you need to ask fast.
I mean, okay.
I'm just kidding. You do not need to provide the references if you're using it for a piece. Like, if it's super similar and it's like on the level of like, I made a reproduction for somebody, because reproductions are also a thing. Like, reproducing paintings by dead people is a thing. Then yeah, you can show the reference. That's fine. That's what you were paid to do.
Yeah.
Tavish, make sure to read the question before you answer it, though.
That's hard. I don't know how to read.
You just read it.
Darn it! You caught my logical fallacy.
Come on.
See, that's two questions for me. You gamers, you are crazy. Dusty asks Momotexx, how do you draw perfect face of position? Fuck you, Dusty. Nah, I know Dusty. Mwah. Say so position, use reference, and say so. Yes, try not to stream those, because maybe Twitch will bonk you if you draw.
You mean like not say so?
No.
Oh.
Say
so because you say so.
Exactly. Exactly.
Say so because you say so.
Yeah.
I started doing like some like references with like what's it called? Like figurines. You know what I mean? But like you know, like the anime figurines that like you could like buy or whatever, or sometimes you just go on the website. So I have to go on like websites for that and
There's
just like look at all the figurines.
Sites,
Those two, yeah.
3D. To be honest, I downloaded an app that it's called Design Doll. I think that is a model, and it's a 3D model where you can pose it wherever you want to, and it helps a lot sometimes for poses and perspective of the character. I recommend it. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
No, perspective. Oh, yeah, perspective is good. It's a good fundamental to get your hands on.
And it's the worst fucking thing ever to learn, but when you learn it, you're so powerful. So you just have to buck up and suffer.
Yeah.
It's tedious. It's boring, but it must be done.
Yeah.
Like you said, doing what you love does not mean you're not going to work a day in your life, okay? That is false. That is not true.
Yeah.
I saw a question in here. There's so many questions. I'm sorry if I missed your question. Does anyone else want to pick a question while I look for my question?
I have a question. Where the hell is my phone?
No, you don't get to ask questions. No.
She said anyone.
I saw. Oh God, I'm dissociating. I saw a really good one.
Oh, I got one.
Oh,
Sorry.
thank God. I
So-
lost
sorry.
the one. I saw it.
I know, right? Like, it's so
while we were
easy.
talking.
Yeah, I know. So just another guy. Oh, will ask computers. Oh wait, no, that's not the
I'm still looking for it.
bro. Wait,
Essentially,
computer setups. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Okay. Computer setups that would be good for illustration. I was gonna say like go into like whatever like your computer can handle. I guess make sure it's within because I know some people would be like, look. Okay, so yeah, like so for the first thing that pops into my mind is like emotes, like emote commissions. So you know, like if your computer can handle, you know, I recommend doing it. And I don't know, like, this is tricky because
You okay
I
there?
recommend using it in a big enough canvas, right? This may or may not answer your question, but like a big enough canvas so that like in the case that the person wants to like make some merch out of the emotes, it's like it doesn't like distort or anything, and the quality of the pixel isn't like, you know, distorted. So some people may be like, oh, why do you need to have it at 300 DPI or something or whatever? Just have it at 72. And be like, well, sometimes, you know, people like to print it out, put it on the merch and stuff, and it kind of could be used for that as well. I don't know if that answered your question. I don't think it did. But
Yeah.
as long as your computer could like handle it, yes, just do
like,
it.
if your computer can play a game from like 2012, you can use an R program.
Yeah.
And
But
I
like,
do.
for example, I might have really big raw camera files from work. So for me, in my case, I need a lot of RAM. I need a pretty big video card. But I can write all of that off on taxes because I use it for work. I can also write off any movie I watch and any game I play because they're entertainment related.
And if you're asking about
Smart
tablets
tricks.
and stuff like that, like set up like, oh, well, if I want to start digital and I don't know which tablet to start with, try not to start with the screen one, since you will be starting with digital art and you don't know if you will
Yes.
like it. Try to go with something like
Non-display.
Wacom Intros or something like those.
The non-display
They
ones.
they are actually very good. I used them for a very, very long time until I got one with a screen. And yeah, it's good. So don't start with the most expensive things because
Yes.
you don't know if you will continue doing digital art.
Yeah.
So, it's good to.
I think it's good to like just fill out a sketchbook, and if you can do that, then go ahead and buy one.
Yeah.
Another thing I think, just like going off like random tangent from sketchbook, is that working with pen really helped improve my line work, especially when transferring from like digital, because I noticed I was like doing less scratchy chicken scratch like lines when I used pen to sketch or just do studies traditionally.
Confidence strokes.
Yume comes out with an announcement. Clip Studio Paint is 40% off right now. Grab it while you can.
I love
Go,
Clip
go,
Studio
go.
Paint. I love
Same,
Clip Studio
same.
Paint.
Let's go! Clip Studio's the best shit
I've
in the
been
world.
using Clip Studio Paint for 6 years. I fucking love that software so much. It's so
I feel so
good.
attacked.
Yeah, you're like the only one that
I
doesn't use
used
it.
to use Photoshop, man. Since it's so funny because every time I talk to someone, it's like, oh my god, is Clip Studio like a cult? Because every artist I know that use Clip Studio loves it.
Yeah, I think
Man, it's
Clip
so
is great.
good.
The only reason I really stick with Photoshop because I still have to work with certain files, and Clip doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And there's certain
No.
tools that are actually photo related because sometimes I'm working with photos.
Yeah, for me,
No, Mom.
what
But
I
otherwise,
recommend,
Clip is great for learning, great for art, great for everything else.
I
Yeah.
recommend Clip Studio for a style more like anime-ish because you have a lot of advantages there. But if you're more inclined to like photo editing or concept art or stuff like that, I do recommend more Photoshop. Yeah.
It's not good for photo bashing and it's not good for photo editing. It's like a painting software for
Yeah.
illustrators, animators. Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you can paint in Photoshop if that's your thing. I do it all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the subscription absolutely sucks.
Oh,
Suck it,
is it,
Adobe.
Is it good to use other people's brushes for your commissions? If there are royalties for the brushes, so when you are downloading other people's brushes, if they're free, usually they will say like you're cool to whatever, you're cool to use them. On some other sites, if you are downloading brushes, they will usually say pay extra for like the licensed brushes or whatever. And then you can use them on commercial works, on commissions and stuff, but they will say otherwise. If they don't say, try and clarify and reach out to the artist, because if somehow they do find out you're using their brushes, I don't know, you don't want to avoid conflict, right?
Looks very familiar. Are you using my brush? Be like,
Yeah.
How did you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's a watercolor brush. Like, it could have been anyone's.
It's like you just zoom in and like at like the 700% size, you just see their name as like a watermark in the little
the
like
tiniest
a point
thing.
pen.
Some really good free brushes are made by I think Ahmed Abdouli.
Aldoori.
Aldoui? Is that his name? Aldoui?
Aldoori. I'm actually friends with him. He's really cool.
Yeah, I use his brushes all the time for lots of stuff. He's really great. I'll put the name in chat just because I don't want to post a link and get smacked by a bot. Here's the name of the guy. And if you look up his name and then brushes, he has lots of free brushes that are just fantastic.
And he's a very good teacher too, if you're interested in his classes. But he also has a lot of free YouTube videos, so I recommend them.
Oh my god, yes. And I am not friends with this guy. This is a complete stranger recommending it to you. His videos are so good. He's such a sweet guy. He's so wonderful. His brush is fantastic. The stuff he makes, fantastic. And also, he paints girls really well.
And guys too, actually.
But I'm just saying, if you like cute girls, I love cute girls, and he paints cute girls really good.
Oh my god.
And guys too. Yeah, he's fantastic. I love his work, and I love his stuff. He's great.
And he's a very nice person as well.
He's so sweet. He's such a sweet guy. I've pirated all of Froggy's brushes. I'm gonna use them to make big bucks. You're fucked because all my brushes are free. Yeah.
Just draw stick butts everywhere and you're like, copyright strike.
Wow.
I'm already using free brushes from other people, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the copyright brush thing is like...
It's a little... I don't want to encourage people to steal brushes.
No, yeah.
At all.
I mean, if you can afford the brush, you should pay for it because, you know, they took time to make it. But it's like poses in art. There's only so many brushes you can do. There's only so many tree stamps out there, and they didn't really take the photo from the tree to make that stamp. So it's like,
so
is it really theirs at that point?
Yeah, and also like, how are they even gonna find out that you used them?
Yeah.
But also just you know, it's moral. Do what you think is right. Morals.
If you have to buy brushes like that, and like you legitimately need them for work, you are paying peanuts, and you can write them off, or you can invoice your boss like, "Hey, I had to buy some tools for this specific job."
Yeah.
Just buy the brushes, okay? Please.
Yeah. I already told you how much I love stealing. I only explicitly use brushes like Ahmed's. Like, I use free brushes because I don't want to pay licensing fees on... I also know how to make brushes myself if I absolutely need a certain texture. If I need a texture, I'll just, like, make it myself. But I feel scummy and dirty and gross about the idea of taking brushes when people are like, "Ooh, licensing
I think your
fee."
mucus looks very clear.
Yeah, I usually go on like Gumroad, and then I just
love
be like,
Gumroad.
I look at brushes, and I'm like, oh, this person has it for free, and I can use it. Cool.
Yeah, and also a lot of brush packs on Gumroad are like between $2 and $15. Like, it's not a lot.
Yeah. Also, if you don't know this, on Gumroad, there's a lot of things that are pay what you want. So when you want to pay nothing, you put 0 in the field, and it will let you check out without getting your card or anything, and it will just give you the download link. Because
Gumroad
I
is so
got
good.
confused by that the first time, so I'm just going to tell you.
Gumroad is so
Gumroad.
great.
Gumroad's good.
I'm trying to scroll to see if I missed any other good questions.
Probably.
Have any of you heard of GIMP? Oh my god, I remember using GIMP. Holy shit.
Oh,
dude.
that's what False uses.
Oh my god, he still used that. I was in middle school when I was using GIMP.
Can we point and laugh at False, please?
Was
I don't think it's in chat
was that
right
like
now.
a century ago? Or
Point and laugh! Point and laugh!
GIMP is
Everyone,
so
False
old.
uses GIMP!
GIMP
Point and
is so
laugh!
Buy Clip Studio Falls. Oh my god.
Point and laugh! Use something else like Krita or Medibang, even Fire Alpaca.
Oh my
Point and laugh, everyone!
There are literal websites you can visit to do that kind of photo edit. You don't have to download a software like GIMP. You can just go online and do
oh, this is totally random, and it's basically back to just random things we think are helpful. I like to be friendly with a lot of people, and guess what? I met Lae Dee, and now I met these two.
Yeah.
And look, they might be connections in the future. Maybe they have a project. Maybe they have an animation they want to do. Guess what? Be nice to everybody, because everybody's going to remember if you're not.
GIMP is good for
Oh, yeah.
thumbnails.
Yes, our community is very small, and everyone does talk, and everyone does remember.
Yeah.
Said who? No, I'm
That
kidding.
is true.
Yes, networking.
And also,
Be a good
Networking
person,
is
yes.
very important.
a lot of people
Yeah.
don't like the word networking because they're like, "Oh, it's so corporate. Like it's not a real emotional bond." But I've made friends through quote networking unquote. Like it's literally just making friends, but with people like who you can scratch backs with. They'll scratch your back. You'll scratch theirs with work.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody's asking
It doesn't have to be cold.
how do I deal with problematic customers? I mean, it depends how problematic they are, but this is why you want to keep emails and records and DMs so that,
Yeah.
like, if you need to cut them off and you've only done half the thing, so you got your 50% pay and you're just like, this is not worth it, I'm out.
I have dropped
Then-
people before for
Yeah.
being problematic. I have, like, worst case, depending on your TOS and how you do stuff, you give them their money back and you cancel it. You cancel the order.
Like, if you've already delivered sketches and stuff like that, you are legally okay to keep that 50% down payment. But
As long as your TOS
keep
says so.
records, yeah.
Yes, as long as it says like something like
As long as it says it.
non-refundable down
But
payment or
keep
something.
your records, because like maybe they're just a really vindictive person, maybe they're really young and they don't understand the world, but then they try and slander you and you're like, oh no, I have the DMs right here,
Oh.
and you just post it.
This is an interesting question. For those that stream, how do you pick and choose moderators? As some may see it as a method to kind of swindle their way into some free art somehow. Is this a fear of yours when considering someone, or has it not crossed your mind prior? I have had people try to befriend me in the past to try and bait me into making art of their characters. I
scummy.
just don't. You just don't.
Yeah.
Wait, you need free stuff?
It happened
You
to
set
me.
your boundary.
Yeah.
It happened to me so many times. It's so sad.
Yeah,
I
you know-
remember having someone that because they donated once, they were like, "Oh, but I donated, so you should kind of do an art for me now."
You should kind of.
Remember,
do
you
it.
guys,
Yeah.
Ew.
I didn't make you donate for me.
Yeah, like.
And this is how you ask for art from friends. You say, how much does it cost?
Yeah.
And then you pay them.
Yes.
Like,
I am-
I actually asked a friend recently, hey, would you have time to make something for me? And I asked what her prices are, her real prices, not the friend discount prices. Because guess what? They're doing work and they're using their time and I should pay them.
Yeah.
Friends don't ask friends for free art, especially when they're just starting to get to know you. It's like a big red flag. I've had it happen to me when I was younger in the past, and now I just see it coming. Like, I recognize it, and I cut that person off. I'm like, oh, you don't care about me. You don't want to be friends with me. Bye.
You just want
Yeah.
free stuff. Like.
You
So
just be
also-
careful. It's the only thing that I can say, because I suffer from it a lot since like a long time, and it's really sad because sometimes you're just like, man, you start thinking like, man, is this person really here for me, Or do they just want free art? It's really a very bad feeling. So just be careful with those people's gamers and value your work. And if they ask for free art, you say fuck you and don't give them anything.
Yeah. Also, somebody's mentioning like
Or-
tips. Tips should never be a replacement for what you should be paying somebody. That's a really weird American thing. I don't know why it started.
Yeah,
but like,
tips are
for
a
example,
global thing.
Yeah. Like if I go to Japan and I tip somebody, guess what I'm doing? I'm insulting the boss by saying he's not paying his workers enough.
Yeah. It's even like up in Canada, it's not something that happens everywhere. It's really weird. It's weird. Oh, this is an interesting question.
Tip culture.
How should someone go about parting ways with an artist if things aren't going their way? You mentioned from the artist's perspective, but what about the opposite? That's a good question. I've never been in that boat myself.
I've kind of been there. So, like, if it's just not working, just be honest. Like, say, hey, we're not making progress fast enough, or this isn't quite working out, like this arrangement. I'll pay you for the stuff that you've done because they have worked for you, assuming at this point. If they haven't given you anything, then go away. It's fine. But tell them you're going away so they don't, like, fill it out a month later and send it to you, because that would be really sticky.
Yeah. Pay them for the work they've done and cut the deal, cut the whole order.
Yeah.
Don't
and just
leave.
cut it. And guess what? No hard feelings. It's a job. It's a thing. Maybe they'll even come back to you later. Maybe you're just having a really bad week. Just be honest with people, and things tend to be communicated better.
Yeah.
As both client and commissioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, cool. Kevinator, you do not need to tip in the USA because capitalism sucks. By law, if they make less than minimum wage, the boss has to pay them and make up that difference.
We're not gonna get into that, but yes.
I'm just saying, it's a very weird misconception that if you don't tip them, they just get no money. I still think that minimum wage is too low. Don't get me wrong. So anyway, moving on.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Questions.
I'm scrolling.
Paul says, "I will remember this." Okay, fun time. All right. Telltale Games. Okay. I'll just reset my save style.
Did you call them Telltale Games?
TED Talk Games.
TED Talk Games.
Okay. Like, what kind of insult? you don't like Telltale Games?
I do actually.
Do you choose A or B? I slap the child. I walk away very awkwardly with my robotic animation.
I have a roommate who hates them because, like, some of the choices, like, you get the same thing, the same results.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
the choice you
yeah,
make.
yeah.
But I just love the stories. I love
Yes!
I have a roommate who's like, they're just movies, but you're playing through them. And I'm like, I like interactive movies.
Yeah, like, what's wrong with that? It's
They said they remember. I remember immersion.
like, have they ever heard of a visual novel? It's literally a picture book.
Yes.
Is that even worse? Does that invalidate the writing somehow? No, it doesn't. It's just a really weird bias. Just like how some people hate anime because they've never watched anime.
Or it's too childish and cartoony.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mentioned that people just want free art from you sometimes. How do you recognize that and spot that? What are the red flags that these type of people tend to say or do so we know what to watch out for? Talking a lot about their characters and talking a lot about, in general, art that they got of their characters, or talking about, oh, my friend over here, they're so cool. Look at this art they gave me of my character. Let me tell you more about my character. Let me tell you more about, like,
Yeah, they'll be like,
yeah,
like,
they won't
like
ask
first
directly,
message. First message will be like, oh, you know, like first day they'll like have like a regular conversation, and then after that it's just like, so my character, right?
Yeah.
Or for example, what happened
like, huh?
to me is maybe it's like you're working on something, or maybe you're making something from someone else. And they come and they are like, oh, but what if this happened with my character. Like, oh,
Yeah.
can you imagine myself in this situation? What would you do if, like, and you know that they are saying that those stuff for you to start drawing
It's
that.
very active.
Yeah.
It's not that like direct, but you can see the way they write it. That you're like, gamer, you are being a little bit sass over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, you don't really need to keep an eye out for it. Just like, if they do that, let them do it. But if they ask for free stuff, then you're just like, sorry, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I believe your
And-
question was, what are my prices? Yes?
Yeah, and if you say,
That went over your head a little bit. My bad.
if you say I won't do it, guess what? That person will probably stop talking to you if they were just in it for that.
It's
and then
true,
you know.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The moment that
Actually,
you don't,
yes.
yeah, they'll leave. They'll leave.
When
Yeah,
you
leave
start
the server.
ignoring those messages, the best that you can do is ignore those messages. And when I started doing that, they stopped coming to my stream. So yeah, it works. But yeah,
It's not a
just be
loss, it's
careful.
an actual gain.
Yeah.
The
You
rules
don't
of
want this to
nature.
For me,
It's like what kind of people do you want as clients? You know what I mean? Or like what kind of
Yeah.
people do you want in your community at the end of the day?
Yeah.
And it's like,
No
you gotta,
psychic
you gotta filter
vampires.
out the you gotta filter out the filth, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, filth.
You gotta keep your garden unpolluted.
Yeah, pollution.
No, not pollution. No pollution.
Yeah, they're
No.
pollution. Yeah, call them filth. Yeah, call them pollution.
Oh,
But
sorry,
then I'll,
just an
then I'll never get that
analogy.
once in a lifetime beautiful wildflower. Oh wait, I can just walk outside
Oh,
and see them.
sorry, is
Never
that
mind.
too rude,
They don't need to be in my
chat?
garden.
You got your sensitive pants on today, chat. What's happening? I love you. Sorry.
I mean, it's not rude to say to somebody asking for something free that that's not how it works. Like, that's just you saying,
yeah,
sorry, dude, this sandwich
it's
isn't
you
free.
valuing your work. I mean, I'm to be honest, I'm just tired of people not saying that art is a job and work and it takes time.
Yes.
Because it's just so dumb. It amazes me that people still get mad at prices over art and that, oh my god, art is easy, you shouldn't be pressed. Shut the fuck up, man! It's a job! It's work! It takes
I know-
time!
I remember,
Damn it.
I remember Tavish, you said to me a long time ago, where it was like, if ever someone ever tells you, you were like, lady, if someone ever DMs you, like, oh, your prices are too expensive, you know, be or like, I found someone that, like, does cheaper, whatever, for the exact same thing, you're like, but I still get paid for my prices, or something along those lines, like, I still
Yeah.
have clients paying
It's
for
like-
me,
Yeah.
so, like, I don't need you.
Yeah, or it's like,
Yeah.
okay, then go pay them if they exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, go over there, like, I'm not changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have plenty of clients. I don't survive just because of you, this one singular client. And if you do, you might want to diversify a bit.
Yeah.
Blurb asks, how do you not...
The proper etiquette for commissions on NFTs is don't do NFTs. They're
Don't do
dumb.
NFTs.
And
No,
honestly,
no,
honestly, half the art community will basically blacklist you, like a soft blacklist, if you do NFTs. I'm
Are
not
you?
even kidding.
Are you guys familiar with Loish?
Yeah.
Yes.
I say lowish. Lowish.
Louis.
Loish.
Please tell me she's not doing
I'm gonna.
NFT.
This is another person who I'm gonna put their name in the chat. You can look them up. Another person who does really cute girls. Anyway,
okay.
very incredible painter, very incredible illustrator. So NFT websites, people on them have actually made accounts pretending to be her and have taken her art and sold it. And
Yep.
sold it. And she has contacted these websites to be like, hi, here's my ID. This is actually me. This is not me. Please help. And they don't do anything because they're making money off of it too. They're making money off of it too. They don't care about
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you just don't do NFTs
It's
or
awful, man. It's awful.
It's just a Ponzi scheme.
It's disgusting. I just.
I'm somebody who like if I see the hexagon icon on Twitter or whatever, I just like
I
okay,
block.
yeah, block.
Don't talk to me. Don't come near me.
Block. Bye bye.
Yeah. Most
Oh.
of the
I
artists you will
remember.
find don't
Froggy
do
froze.
NFTs.
Help me! I'm pogging
Oh.
in space.
Oh, she unpogged.
I remember something. I think the website is updated a little bit, but like this is Loish's website. You can find it. You Google it. Her name.
Beautiful colors.
Oh, she's
Beautiful.
so
Yeah.
beautiful. Your
I
name
hate it.
was
She's
like,
so good.
Tell me she's not doing NFTs, and when you declared that, I was like, oh.
But one of the other things, right, is her on her website she has an FAQ page. It's very well organized, but also goes around about other things as well, like her digital art, for general info, techniques, resources, also her other activities and stuff like that. And also like her permissions, right? So let's say you needed a reference for TOS, you could also look at other people's like how they go about it, and if it's something similar to what you want to do. That's what I did a lot. At first I looked up at a lot of other people's TOSs and be like, all right, is this a direction I kind of want to go with? And she says here's one for personal and commercial use and things like that, because you can't just, even when you're like, it's like when you're referencing for art, right? Making these like TOS things, you gotta reference for other people as well. Also, I remember there was one TOS that was like, hey, can I like actually just use like your TOS? And I had like gone in to ask the person like, hey, can I use like the TOS because it's very similar to where I want to go with my commissions. And then like I went in contact and I asked them and they're like, yeah, sure, just copy and paste it if you want. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Always ask. But also, look at diverse yourself with other things.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's basically just a legal document, and those are supposed to be standardized anyway, so it's fine. But you should ask. It's polite.
Yes, so
Yeah.
it is polite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yippers.
Sorry about my bird. He's doing his
No,
evening
it's
calls.
baby.
He's doing his evening calls. It's nighttime. He's like, I'm gonna go to bed soon. I'm like, okay.
Your bird is fine. He hasn't really done that much during the stream.
Thank goodness.
This is her Instagram.
We love the bird.
Okay. Whoa.
Tastes like chicken.
Her Instagram.
Oh yeah, this question. What about the situations where some artists may be taking longer than expected when first commissioning them? Even if there was no set time frame provided, I would be referring to an extremely long time, like 3+ months that you're waiting for your commission. You've seen things come and go in their queue faster than yours. Oh, I see. So if you've been waiting like 3 months for your commission, but you've seen them working on other people's commissions, would it be taken as rude for asking for a timeline when they will complete the work? Someone added on, is there a time frame that would be okay to ask if no time frame was provided prior? Absolutely. What might have happened there is the artist might have had other clients in their queue before they accepted your order, but they still accepted your order even though they weren't ready to begin working on it yet. And it is absolutely totally appropriate to ask and be like, hey!
Yeah, but when
it's been 3 months and I gave you $600. Like,
Yeah, just don't be like confrontational about it. Like, hey, I've been waiting for a while, but like, do you have a timeline? Just don't try to be argumentative or be like, you owe me this. Even though they do owe you it, it's much better in a negotiation to not be a dick.
Yeah.
Another tip that I can give to artists, or at least this helps me with anxiety, and I see some artists get in trouble because of this. Don't accept the money. Like, don't accept the money before you start working.
That's what I do.
Thing, or when you are like ready to start working on this.
Yeah,
if you have a lot of work and you accept the money, you can get in trouble because
even more important than that,
you can start on. Yeah.
Even more important than that, don't accept the money and then spend it and then not do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
my
Yes,
God.
don't spend the money until you're done with the commission. That's
Yep.
very, very, very
Yep.
important
Yep.
because you don't know what will happen with the commission, and maybe they ask for a refund or like something. You don't know, so just be careful and don't. Yeah, if you're not ready to start the commission, don't send the invoice. Not
Yeah. Just tell
when
them.
you're ready. Yeah.
Yeah, just tell them, okay, I'm gonna finish this stuff up with my clients. I will reach out to you when I'm ready to send you the invoice. Yeah.
Yes,
People,
yes.
People are really
definitely.
receptive to that. I see, how do you not undervalue your art? charge
Yes,
at least
yes.
minimum wage, and charge hourly rates. Figure out how long it takes you to do certain things, set timers if you don't know, and then at least charge minimum wage.
Yeah,
Yes,
try
yes,
to
yes.
find artists that have similar styles to you or that do the same shops that you do and try to find their prices and try to have something similar to those so
Yeah,
you can
and-
see how much the people in the industry charge for those.
Yeah.
And time your research as well, because that is part of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not when you're like alt tabbing and watching like a 3-hour YouTube video about how snails are awesome. Like actually time it and actually work so that you know how long it takes you.
Yeah.
Don't at me like that.
Yeah.
Don't at me like that, man. Come on.
No, I'm not adding you like that. I'm complimenting your taste. Duh.
Oh boy, a 2-hour documentary about cuttlefish? Let's go!
I mean, why do you think I say it? It's because I've done that.
Oddly specific example. It's
I was
almost
trying
like
to be
you did it.
specific because it would be funny.
Yeah, Procreate is actually, if you are someone who has swapped out your sketchbooks for an iPad and you work on Procreate, Procreate has built-in timers so you can check your canvas settings and it'll show you exactly how many strokes and how much time it took you to do each one, like how much time it took you to fill the
Yes! Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
Unless-
so good.
Yeah, unless you leave your screen on, like you have an unlimited lock timer, then it will just count how long your Procreate app has been open.
I thought it counted like according to your strokes and everything else. And like how
No,
long
it'll do that too. And I was like,
no!
I know this didn't take me that long.
Oh no! Okay, yeah. So turn off the cuttlefish documentary. Turn off the snail documentary.
Yeah.
Focus and time yourself.
And also, like, if you're wondering if Procreate is like good enough or anything, like, there's this artist named Evan Mel Amundsen. He does all of his stuff in Procreate, and it looks so amazing. Like it gives me just feelings when I see his work, and I'm like, you made this on iPad?
Man, I have an iPad and
There's
I just can't. I
know. I can't get it to that fidelity. Like, it's great for sketching, but he just paints, and I'm like, how?
Yeah, bro. People that paint and render and Procreate, you guys are crazy. You're mad lads.
There's actually a app that I use. It's you can find it on Tumblr. From Nail that. It's called Work, and it's literally just this like tiny timer over there that like silently judges you when you're not focusing. So you could like set it up. So like you could set it up to be like, all right, if I open like let's say Clip Studio Paint or Photoshop, when I'm actively like on the program, it'll turn green and start counting the hours that you're actively on that program. And once you like tab out, like let's say I want to go play Valorant or something, but like if you're tabbed out of the program, it'll turn red and silently judge you, as it says.
That is so good.
But yeah, I use it. So I use that actually to track my art sometimes. Yes. So.
It's so good.
That's pretty cool.
Wow, I didn't know about it.
I have a similar program, but this one looks way better, so thank you.
Yeah. Download this. Time to download this.
Oh my god, I need this.
I'll put the link in the Twitch chat.
Yeah,
I
please.
think it's pretty okay.
I will download this.
Please, I want it.
There
Please,
you go.
I'm downloading it right now. You know what?
Yeah.
I recovered from the 1 pixel. I'm not gonna download it. I'm gonna wait till I'm not using internet. Like to this extent.
Yeah, it's
and
very
I'll download
simple.
it.
It's a very simple thing. But
good.
disclaimer: if you do get a virus or anything, that's not on me. Okay, you click that link on your own. All right.
Nice.
All right. Okay,
Why
that
would
is
you
not on me.
say that?
I don't know. When my friend first recommended me this program, I was like, "This program looks sus." Like, I was like, "Look, a little sussy wussy over here." I was like, but for me, it was good. Okay.
So somebody mentioned working at home and like timing yourself. That's a really big thing with everything that happened in the past few years. So You don't
Yeah.
need to pretend that you're on call unless you have an on-call job. Like, work 6 or 8 hours, and you are done with your workday. And if your boss says, I need this, and be like, well, I'll start working on it first thing in the morning.
Oh, but
Unless it's an absolute necessity, and they need it for like a morning meeting, and they're in a different time zone, I will not do it.
Yeah. And that's
it'll
a
be
really
like 1
good
p.m.
boundary
It'll
to
be like
set.
yeah, it's like 1
Yeah,
p.m.
like-
their time, but like 6 like
That's why
I don't know,
it's
2 a.m. your
important
time.
for
Like
me.
my job
helping
requires it sometimes, so I do it. But if you have any other like normal job, just like you don't need to do that. You are not their property for 24 hours a day just because you work at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why for me it helped me, since I'm working from home, it helped me to have a schedule. Because if not, it can get really messy. You can like maybe work for so many hours and like sit your butt all day. It's good to like rest and have like, okay, from this time to this time I will work, and then I'm free for the day. So I took it
Yeah.
like a serious job because it can be very unhealthy if you don't. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I phased
yeah,
into the
yeah,
void
yeah,
there,
yeah.
but I was touching my bird.
Oh, are you touching your bird?
Yeah, sorry.
That's
he
a little
crawled.
inappropriate. I can't believe
No,
you're touching
he
your bird,
curled
like,
over to me
live
and he
on
started
stream.
nibbling my sleeve, so I started poking him to get him to stop.
Now he's fighting back
Yeah, I
against
know
the man.
Now he's sitting on my shoulder making a racket.
So cute.
Somebody got the Offspring intro. Nice.
Anytime I freeze, it's because my bird's being a brat. Sorry.
Well, it's okay. It's all good. You're Gucci.
Me.
Me.
Can we give art advice? Oh,
Kiwi, give us some art advice, please.
Kiwi, what advice do you have for all the artists out there? I'm gonna put my bird on the mic. Can you step up? Can you step up?
Obey the bird.
Can you step up? Oh, he's walking away from me.
Oh.
You're being such a brat right now. He's like, it's bedtime. It's bedtime. You're keeping me awake. No art advice for you. He holds on to his secrets. He covets them. He keeps them all for himself.
Oh, dang.
Closely
We will not
guarded.
be blessed today.
We will never be blessed.
Oh, no. No. Kiwi!
Oh, I guess another random thing is like, if you think you need a degree or something for art, I'm a dropout. So no,
I never
you don't.
study. Yeah, you don't need a title like a degree on
Like you
art.
still need to be good, but you don't need a degree.
Yeah.
There are
It's
also,
not
I guess,
necessary.
in the case of like international work, maybe sometimes you
International,
might.
it helps because of the visa and all that stuff. But there are also other programs like in Germany with Berlin, where if you have a client there, you can move to Berlin and instantly get an artist visa. So
Oh, cool.
About
Wow.
yeah, there are loopholes and special places that treat it differently.
Oh. I don't know, a few sites, like, besides going to things like YouTube and Drawbox, some things that helped me was schoolism, and I just recently found out things like I think it was Brainstorm. I know you've taken some classes in there, Tavish. Brainstorm,
Oh,
right?
Brainstorm
was-
is really good. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
there when it was founded, so yes.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh.
Look at ya.
I'm
Yeah, we got
old.
founded father over here.
Not that old, but it makes me
Oh.
feel old actually.
Grandpa.
Another thing is like there will also be like to go off from like I don't know, sometimes they'll have like, let's say you have like this professional industry guy and he makes YouTube videos, but then he also has his own classes either on Gumroad or their own personal website or whatever. Like
Yeah.
Ahmed Alduri has his and Ethan Beckers has his and stuff like that. So like Ahmed has his thing. These people like Proco also have their own.
I love
Stuff.
Proco.
Yeah.
Med's map is really good. I've checked it out.
Oh, let me see.
And
How do
if
I
you're gonna
spell?
ask like what's the difference between watching their YouTube videos versus their classes, I'm guessing that's where you're going, is it?
Sure.
Okay. Like if you are paying for like a long distance video chat kind of course, it is so helpful to have them just directly talk to you and draw over your stuff and tell you all the things that you're doing wrong. Like it makes
Feedback
learning
is
so much
feedback.
faster, and it's so much cheaper than school.
Oh.
But
Feedback
like
is-
when it comes to like paid courses versus YouTube is good for getting you started, but I think paid courses is where you really get to like apply the knowledge long term and get much more consistent results because you have a teacher expecting you to come in and be consistent.
Yeah.
So I think they're worth saving it for. That's my personal opinion. If you disagree, that is fine, and
Yes.
you do your own thing.
So I'll pull up some of the sites I was talking
And
about.
yes,
earlier.
ArtStation does have some free courses because of well, the reason doesn't matter, but yes, they do have some free courses on it,
So you have Drawbox, Broco.
but they don't have all of them.
Pinpoint like the things that you are
Meds.
doing wrong helps a lot. So having like a mentor that can give feedback to your art will definitely help you improve, because you can focus on the problems you are having instead of focusing on other things that you might get
Yeah.
distracted to.
And mentors can be very expensive, but like
Yeah.
if you know that they're a good mentor and they've had lots of students that can vouch for it, it's honestly worth it.
I've been thinking so badly of getting a mentor, man, because all the people that I have told me so many good experiences and I've seen their art improve so much, and I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, I've been in a few, so you can ask me about it later too.
definitely.
So this was schoolism. So this is Drawbox, Proco, Ahmed, Medzmap, schoolism, brainstorm, just to name a few. But there, as we had discussed before, like the difference between like just watching a video versus actually registering for a class with feedback.
Yeah.
Also, two teachers whose programs that I have found really helpful are there's Marco Bucci. I'll put that in the chat.
Yeah.
But he has incredible free classes. Incredible, very in-depth free classes on YouTube. I know we talked about like other platforms apart from, but there's Marco Bucci. And then also, if you're someone who likes to have things like the 1 hour long snail documentary on in the background to stay on top, look up Adam Duff, Lucid Pixel. He talks constructively about not only working in the industry, but also tells a lot of like, he's kind of like your dad. Like, even if you're someone who didn't grow up with a dad, like you're watching this guy's video and you're like, this is what having a dad feels like.
Why have I been attacked so personally?
Lucid Pixel. His videos are so long, so soothing, and so nice. And he talks a lot about more of the emotional, less constructive class help, but more the emotional help. More like psychology. There he is, Adam Duff, Lucid Pixel. I love him. Every time I have him on, I'm really good friends with one of my roommates, and he'll be like, "Are you watching Dad again?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just watching my dad. I just got my dad up. I'm just listening to Dad."
So cool.
But yeah, he's really, really great. He's wonderful. He's very soothing, and I found like I feel my third eye open with some of the stuff that he says in his videos. I'm just like, whoa. Yeah, he's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love him.
Other thing that helps, at least it helps me, is just watching people draw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that
Art
way you can
streams.
analyze. Yeah, you can watch me anytime,
Yeah.
gamers.
You can find Momotexx on twitch.tv.
It's almost like it's her channel or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, but
That is twitch.tv/Momotexx
/pervert/abs
/booby
Big boobie, big
bahonker
bahonker.
Oh my my
Big
God,
honka
let's
donka
go.
buff man /yes.
But seriously, for me, it helps me a lot. Since I am a big fan of a lot of Korean artists, I don't understand any of the courses they do.
Yeah.
At least watching them, it has helped me so much. And for example, there's an artist that I love so much that is called Pishion666. That it has a Pixip, for example, Pixip fanbox, and there you can pay to have her PCDs and exclusive drawings. Ah man, it has helped me so much just watching what she does because
Yeah.
I am a big fan of her art style.
Time lapses are very helpful.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
be aware that time lapses are generally very, very, very sped up, like
Is
8
it-
or 12 or 16 times.
Pigeon
So
666
that's why I
or
recommend watching streams. Because if you watch the stream, you're watching it in real time. Yeah, you can skip it as well. You will never see. I mean, you can. Sometimes you will see how it finished the art. But just seeing, for me, it helped me. For example, watching Dia Rico. It helped me realize I fucking love that bitch. Oh, yes.
I love Tia Riku's art and Yuri Ho. Oh my god.
Those are my girlfriends. Man, it has helped
so
me
good.
a lot of understanding, for example, Clip Studio and I don't know. There was like tools that I didn't know that it existed, or like just being able to ask them, like, "Oh my god, how did you do this?" And they've been able to answer you in real time. It really helped. It really helped me. So art streams, if you are really interested in maybe and you like this artist and they stream, try to at least catch it sometime to see their process, because a lot of people have different art processes. Some people draw all in black and white and then they paint. Other people paint directly. Other people do line art.
Yeah.
That
And
way
also,
it's
like,
just like
you can ask questions too in the chat, which is great. And
that's great.
if they don't answer your questions, it's not because they don't like you or whatever. They were probably just looking at the line that they can't get right and they've drawn it 20 times.
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
This is one of my favorite speed paint artists, I guess. If I could show, I found Pigeon 82. I couldn't find Pigeon 666.
Pigeon 82 is the same person, so.
Oh,
So yeah, she
well, this
has
is the
two
person I
accounts.
like to watch because they go straight from like I love watching their process from the beginning and everything. We pull up Pigeon 82. They have so many good like speed paints.
Oh, so Gucci.
Oh my god, I love their style so much.
That's so cute.
More stuff to add to the endless playlist.
Yeah. Thank you for this offering.
Is this? Wait a second. Is this the correct one? Because I clicked on a channel, it doesn't show the same thing.
Oh.
Eh?
This is okay.
Oh.
If you're asking if this is Pigeon, this is not Pigeon.
No, not this.
okay,
no,
okay,
I don't know.
okay,
This was not Pigeon. Is this? Oh, wait. No, yeah, okay.
I can send you the link if you want of Pigeon.
Let me man.
Pigeon.
Oh, I love this bitch. I love her art style. I know this artist since a Tumblr era, man, and I've been following her for years. Such a big inspiration for me. And it has
Tumblr's, like,
helped me
prehistoric.
so much because she's so detailed and she's fucking crazy, man. I love her.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this.
If
this
I could
other
marry
one.
all the artists that I loved, it would just be like, I would need like a 700 person house.
This person for sure. I really like watching their speed paints. I don't know what their name is, but because it's Korean letters, but I love it. They're just so cool. They mainly do like personifications of stuff. So like they'll take a
So
something
cute.
like let's say this bottle, right, and turn it into
Could
a
you
character.
Put a link to their channel in the chat.
I know their art style. It's
Could
so
you put a
cool.
link to their channel in the chat? Since I can't look for
It's
them.
upside down TO, upside down TO. What's so hard about it?
What's the big idea? What's the issue? What's the issue?
I'm illiterate. I'm illiterate.
Thank
So
you.
good,
Subscribe.
man.
Help,
It's so
help.
sad that I can't understand what they say, man. But it's
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call them Toto.
Toto?
Yeah, because it's upside down TO.
It's so cute. But yeah, there are so many Korean artists that are so good.
So good.
Oh man, give me, give me.
Hi, you want to come up?
There's this one other guy that I really, really love.
Lack?
Do you
Huh?
have? Do you have
They're like
the
a teacup
artifice?
VTuber.
Yeah, Lack.
Is that what they are?
Oh wait, no. They just use a teacup as their image. But
Yeah. Well, it moves and everything. Like they have a little dog in the teacup that like moves when they talk.
I don't think it's the same person, but it might be. I don't know.
Who are we talking? Where are you, mysterious VTuber? Oh wait, yeah,
Oh wait, it is the same person.
yeah, it is the same person.
Yeah, that's Lack.
Yeah, but they move, okay?
Yeah.
They move ish.
I just didn't know that they made a 3D thing. I thought they were just
I got
painting
you.
all the time.
Oh no, yeah, they are. Never mind. Whatever you're saying is correct. Ignore me, okay?
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
Yeah, that is the person.
yeah. That's why I said ignore what I said.
No, you.
Ignore me. Oh, mama.
I activate my trap card.
Ah! Yeah, the YouTube though. Mama. Okay. I think that's it for this mission etiquette stream. Everyone get down! Yay!
Let's
Oh
go.
my god.
Do you have any last words, Kiwi? Well, I've got you right in front of the mic.
I want
have any-
dinner.
I want my bed. I want to go to sleep.
I will end you.
Oh, he's licking my hand. Why are you doing that? Am I salty?
Yeah.
Shaky,
shaky.
Aye!
Why are you quiet when I
farting
try
in
to
my
make you make
face.
noise? Huh? Why are you quiet when I try to get you to make sounds? He's not good. He's keeping his secrets locked up. He's he has nothing. He has nothing to share.
I'm
He-
sure he's
he will
just
not be
thinking
blessed
real
today.
hard about it.
Yeah.
Oh, mama. Okay. Before we go, everyone, though, we are going to raid another artist.
Yeah.
The only seems nice is demon PNG tuber Katie.
Yeah.
Huh?
You draw the male badonka honkers.
Let's have go.
Let's go, gamers!
Let's
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out today, talking.
You guys
Oh,
are like
good time.
small wolves, just.
Gaming Papillon.
Have a wonderful
Message.
night. Have a wonderful life. Have a wonderful sleep.
Raid message is Lady
Whatever
Raid.
Froggy said.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and Lady Raid. No, false raid. This is no false raid.
No
Get out of
false.
here, Nightbot.
No
Nightbot
false.
is false advertising, okay? It's Lady Raid, alright? Okay?
Lady Raid. Big daddy male raid. Yes, Lady Raid.
Don't cry. Okay, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, Momo, Froggy, and Tavish for coming on tonight. It was super educational and fun.
This is
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you all when I see you all. Good night.
Oh boy.
Bye.